Before we get started with tonight's show, I need to thank the amazing super chatters and amazing content creators in their own right from last week's episode, starting with Movie Time Minute. Movie Time Minute is a great channel. You're going to find movie reviews, movie breakdowns, movie news, and discussions all done in a fun manner and very informative. Check out Movie Time Minute and give him some love and support. His link is in the description below. Next up, we got Rob Christensen. Rob is no stranger. He has been an amazing supporter and a big supporter of our channel, and I can never thank him enough. But guys, head on over to Rob's channel for some great movie discussions, movie reviews, and Jim and Rob overanalyze movies. Go join Jim and Rob over there and have yourself a blast. You can find his link in the description below. And last but certainly not least is Michael Entity. Michael is another big supporter of our channel. And while he's off right now making a movie of his own, in his spare time, he still posts on his YouTube channel movie reviews, fun movie discussions. Go check him out. His link is in the description below. Give him some love and support. And once again, gentlemen, thank you guys for all of your support towards the channel. It goes a long way and it means a ton. Thank you guys so much for helping the channel out in the generous ways that you do. Oh, is it time for Zach Milne Talks Live already? Well, tonight on Zach Milne Talks Live, you know that whole DC reboot thing that James Gunn and Peter Safran's doing, where, you know, they got rid of Henry Cavill and all these other actors? Well, Gal Gadot might be back, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. Also, is it 2020? Because I've been hearing about a lot of movie delays, movies being pushed back, and I do not like that. So we're going to talk about that as well. Remember just a couple weeks ago when we talked about Justin Simien talking about how he wrote Lando and people loved it, but he hadn't heard from them since 2020? Well, it turns out they didn't love it all that much because Justin Simien is out and Donald Glover is coming in to write the Lando script for the series on Disney+. And finally, for all of us physical media collectors, today is kind of a sad day because Disney has killed physical media over in Australia. And while that seems like it might not affect us very much, it very well could, and we'll talk about why all tonight on Zach Milne Talks Live. I'm here, you're here, so let's get on with the show. Uh, can you hear me now? Fun fact. This has a 30-second delay on it, and I have no idea how that happened. I have no idea how this got disconnected the way it got disconnected, but I'm waiting now. I'm just going to have to sit here and wait. I'm just going to have to wait and see if someone tells me if I'm unmuted. I need to, anyone? Bueller. I feel like, yeah. You couldn't hear me for the whole 10 minutes. Okay, can you hear me now? I feel like I might have fixed it. Oh, okay, look at that. Okay, it's better. He is back. Wow, the whole 10 minutes. I don't know what happened. I've never touched this part of the OBS studio in my life, and it was just not connected, which was weird. So I made sure it says connected on everything else now, so I think we're good. Thank you so much, Movie Time Minute. Thank you for sending that super chat. That would have been a while. That would have been a while. I don't want to just start the show again. Anyways, I think we'll just I'll probably just cut it in the edit afterwards. We'll just cut out the first 10 minutes. It should work though. It should work. Make sure all the things are good. Okay, yeah. That was weird, but we should be good now. Okay. I'll just say, hey guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us for Zach Milne Talks Live. It's going to be a great time. What I was saying before is we've opened the channel memberships. We have a show on the channel members at the $6.99 tier called Members Talk Live. For $2.99, you are able to watch the show live and participate in the chat. For $6.99 a month, you're going to be able to appear on the show. And our first one is on Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And that is going to be on the MCU, the Disney Plus shows. Have they caused more harm or good? We're going to be talking about that on Saturday. So if you want to participate in that chat and appear on camera with me and have a great conversation about that, the link to join is in the description below, and all the tiers are broken down there as well. I apologize so much for that, guys. Thank you for being here for that long. For those who waited for me to get my mic unmuted, that was very, very, very nice of you. As I can see here, it's can't hear you. I'm so sorry, guys. Well, let me just catch up here real quick and say, like, hello to Toxic Gamer. Thank you for being here tonight. View with Drew. We've got Dark Movies in here. Thank you for being here tonight, dude. Read Comics. Thank you for being here tonight, man. 3D Cinema. Let's see here. We should be good to go here now. I'll just double check. You're gonna have me paranoid about that for the rest of the night, though. We lost audio for like 10 minutes for those who are watching the replay. Okay, let's try this again. 3D Cinema. Hey, Zach, really proud that you're making big moves with your channel, and thanks always for the comments on my channel. Take care, buddy. Well, thank you very much, man. I appreciate all your comments. I appreciate all your support as well, dude. And I like your channel. You got a great channel over there, and everyone should check it out. And this is unbelievable. The Matt Film Show, thank you for being here tonight, man. You're still mute. I'm glad you guys had fun. I'm glad to read comics. This is awkward. You just found out. Yeah, it's not working now. The mic wasn't working. You hoped sending it in Super Chat would get it faster. It did, man. I appreciate that. It was a genius plan. I agree with Toxic Gamer. Yep, I couldn't hear you for the whole first 10 minutes. I'm so sorry about that, guys. Preston's in here. Preston Reviews. What's going on, man? Thanks for joining us tonight. We got Nathan's Random Movies in here. Thank you for joining us tonight, man. Thanks for being here tonight. It looks like we're good now. It looks like you guys can hear me now, so we're good. Nathan's Random Movies. Hey, Zach, you're not muted. See, you're not muted. Yay! See anything new recently? I recently saw TMNT Out of the Shadows, which was really bad, and the Blair Witch Project, which was super scary and really good for the first time. Yeah, TMNT Out of the Shadows. That's the second Michael Bay produced Ninja Turtles movie. Yeah, I enjoyed Bebop and Rocksteady and Krang and all the nostalgic turtle stuff, but that movie's not great. That movie is not good at all. What have I watched recently? I watched TMNT Mutant Mayhem the other night. and enjoyed it. I got a review up for that right now. I rewatched a movie that I thought was an underrated thriller, but after rewatching it, it's so not, and it's called Flight Plan with Jodie Foster. I showed my wife that. I thought she would like it, and as we were watching it, she didn't like it, and I realized that I wasn't liking it. And I guess the last time I watched that, I was like 15, maybe 14 years old, so I probably enjoyed it more at the time when I was younger, but now it just makes no logical sense whatsoever. So yeah, Flight Plan was the last thing I think I watched. And I've been watching a lot of Breaking Bad. I finally got through season 2. I'm into season 3 now. It's been going good. Let's see what we got here. We got Mr. Teach Film Preach Reviews. I don't know why I couldn't read that. Well, thank you for being here tonight, man. Thanks for joining us. Glad the audio got figured out. Me too. First of all, congratulations on reaching 2,000 subs. Well, thank you very much, man. Second, where is the Barbie review? Where's the Oppenheimer review, my man? What did you think of those movies? Still haven't seen them. To be honest, so I was out of town the weekend that they came out, so I missed the entire Barbenheimer weekend. And then on Thursday before I left town, I was on my way to see Barbie, had my ticket, had my pink shirt on, and my car broke down, and I didn't make it up there, and I had to get towed back home. So that was disappointing. And now there's just stuff coming out that I'm kind of moving on. Like I don't have all the time in the world to go to the theater, unfortunately. So Barbie and Oppenheimer, I'm just gonna wait until they hit, because I saw TMNT. I want to get the Meg 2 this weekend out. And then Strays is coming out at some point. So maybe if there's like a week where I realize there's nothing coming out, I'll go see Barbie or Oppenheimer. But at the moment, my wife and I have discussed doing a Barbie movie commentary when it comes out. But yeah, I haven't seen them yet. I'm sorry, man. Read comics. It's okay. Continue where you left off, Zach. Keen for the topic. So thanks, man. Thank you very much. Preston Reviews. Right now, I'm getting ready to video of my top 120 movies. Wow, 120 movies, dude. That's impressive. I'll look forward to that video. Space Viper, what's going on? Thanks for joining us tonight, dude. Hello. Well, hello. Hello, man. Movie Time Minute. I got you, bro. Hello. I appreciate that, man. I'm hoping to join in with Saturday. I have a lot of things to say, positive and negative, about the Disney Plus show. Should be fun if it works out. Well, I hope to see you there, man. I'm gonna put. I think I might put a poll in our community post about times, what times work for you on Saturdays, because I've discussed with my wife a couple time. Always discuss with the wife before you do anything, and this has been just so you guys kind of have a little bit of a behind the scenes type thing. Channel memberships, the idea for that has been in my mind for quite a little bit, and this show, Members Talk Live, I've been thinking about for like over a month. Almost consistently, and I've talked through like every point with my wife, and we talked about, well, when would be the best time, what works for our schedule, what works for your schedule, so I'm not neglecting you, priorities and stuff like that. So we have some times that we're discussing for Saturday, so maybe I'll put those in the community post and see which ones you guys vote for, which would be the best time to do Members Talk Live. But I'm so excited. 80s gift from the 90s. Can you please talk about everything I mentioned? I didn't hear a thing. Yeah, sorry, man. I apologize about that. So you had mentioned that you're going to go see Power Rangers, or you're hoping to get a Power Rangers film announced. That would be so cool. I don't really have any stake in that because I didn't grow up with the Power Rangers. I wasn't allowed to watch them. So I don't have any nostalgia for it, but I really hope that you get that, man. I hope that they satisfy your Power Rangers needs. And you also said, what's your favorite Spider-Man movie? For me, it's Spider-Man No Way Home or The Amazing Spider-Man. Andrew has the best costume. I agree with you. Andrew has the best costume. My favorite Spider-Man movie is Spider-Man 2. Sam Raimi's movies are my favorite. I just think they have the grand epic scale of Spider-Man, and they juggle his double life dilemma perfectly, or better than any of the other movies have, in my opinion. And honestly, The Amazing Spider-Man, you're not going to like to hear this, and I'm saying it again, but it's my least favorite Spider-Man movie, mostly because of the origin. I can't. I don't think they did the origin very well. So yeah, that's for that. And then yeah, I should thank Movie Time Minute again for sending in, being a member. And yeah, I think I'm so sorry if I missed your stuff, guys. I'm so sorry if you didn't hear me. But yeah, we gotta move on, and otherwise the show's gonna take too long. So we're gonna move on now. We're gonna go on over to our first topic of the night. As clumsily as we got there, we're gonna head over there tonight. All right. So main camera is there. We go. So our first topic of the night is this, guys. James Gunn and his DCU reboot. I am a big supporter of James Gunn taking over the DC brand. I think James Gunn, if anyone's going to do it, well, it's going to be James Gunn. James Gunn is going to be able to put that brand, put that franchise back on track with his rebooted DCU. But I will admit that I'm starting to think that maybe James Gunn's DCU, is a little messier than we might suspect it to be, because there's waiting for him to give us the plan, give us the outline. We know we got a new Superman. We know we got a new Batman. We know that Blue Beetle is apparently going to be the first character in the DCU, and then it's supposed to be like nothing from the DCEU matters. Well, we thought that Henry Cavill was gone, Ben Affleck was gone, and Gal Gadot was gone. But it turns out Gal Gadot might not be gone. Here's what comicbook.com had to say, and this comes straight from Gal Gadot herself. Speaking to comicbook.com, comicbook.com's Chris Killian for her new Netflix movie Heart of the Stone before the SAG-AFTRA strike, Gadot said that, as she understands it, she will be developing Wonder Woman 3 together with Gunn and Safran. I love portraying Wonder Woman, Gadot says. It's so close to and dear to my heart. From what I hear from James and from Peter is that we're going to develop a Wonder Woman 3 together. And that comes to us from comicbook.com, not comicbookmovie.com. My goodness, what a mess this night has been. Yeah, so Gal Gadot might not be gone as Wonder Woman. Now, here's what I'll say about this is I like Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. I do. I don't like Wonder Woman 1984. I think that movie's honestly pretty bad. But the first Wonder Woman I like is about as much as everyone else likes the first Wonder Woman. But when it comes to DC and doing its reboot, it is starting to get really confusing. And I was giving it the benefit of the doubt until I saw Flash. And now that I have seen Flash, and spoilers for those who haven't seen Flash, but it made like not even $300 million. If you didn't want to see Flash, you're not going to see Flash. But we were kind of expecting that we might get some more answers, some solidified answers to our questions in the Flash about who's continuing, who's not continuing, what the world's going to look like. And they didn't really give us that, at least in my opinion. I mean, Ezra Miller, Barry appeared to be in a new timeline, in the Batman and Robin timeline, I guess, because George Clooney showed up. But there wasn't really a solidified answer to the rest of the characters, what's going on with them. And I feel like with Wonder Woman 3, I feel like if you're going to reboot the DCU, if you want to start fresh, don't continue stuff from a franchise that hasn't been working. Yes, Wonder Woman did very well at the box office. Wonder Woman and Aquaman are both, I think, the most successful DCEU movies that came out. But we're talking all the way back in 2017, that was. The audience has shown their cards. They are not into the DCEU anymore. And in extension of that, they're not into these characters and the actors who have portrayed the... Maybe I should rephrase that a little bit. The portrayals done by the actors, the characters that they have created, we're not attached to. They're not invested in. They've had Wonder Woman show up in like the past 3 DCEU projects. And I can tell you, I've been in every single one of the theaters when she pops up as Wonder Woman. My theater is dead silent. They can play that Wonder Woman theme over her as many times as they want to. Nobody cares anymore. And I feel like, no, this is no offense to Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Like I said, I've liked her Wonder Woman, not all of her movies, but I've liked her character. I like when she's popped up in the past. But if you're going to do a full reboot, if you're not doing the DCEU anymore and you're doing the DCU, do the DCU. Ditch the DCEU. Now, would I be interested in seeing a Wonder Woman 3? I think technically yes, but my instinct is to say no, because the last thing I saw of Wonder Woman solo movies was Wonder Woman 1984. And that I thought was really bad. And this report doesn't say anything about Patty Jenkins being involved with this Wonder Woman 3. It specifically says, Gal specifically says that her, James, and Peter are going to develop Wonder Woman 3. She doesn't mention Patty Jenkins. So whether Patty Jenkins is still involved or not involved, I wouldn't necessarily be angry if she was involved. Yeah, 1984 I thought was a big fumble of the ball for her with Wonder Woman, but her first movie was really good, so maybe she could do it again with the third one. But the biggest problem is not whether or not I want a Wonder Woman 3, it's does the general audience want to continue with the DCEU? And when you look at their box office, their numbers just steadily decline. Black Adam made like 393 worldwide. what was it? Shazam Fury of the Gods made like 150 million worldwide or something like that. And The Flash, with Michael Keaton's Batman returning, you had Ben Affleck in there as well. You had Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman in there as well. That movie didn't even cross $300 million worldwide, and no one went to see it. They don't care, James. They don't. Now, if you look at the phrasing in this quote, it's not exactly that optimistic, I guess you could say, because if you look at her wording specifically, she says things like, what I've heard from James and Peter is that we're going to develop a Wonder Woman 3. It doesn't sound like she's got a signed contract. It doesn't sound like they've promised her anything at this point. So maybe they're just in discussions. Maybe they're going to try and do something. If they can't make it work, maybe she will be booted like Henry Cavill was booted. But I don't know, guys. This news just doesn't really get me excited. It gets me more frustrated because of the fact that it just feels like they don't have a plan for the DCU. And if they do have a plan, it feels really sloppy. It feels really messy at this time. I feel like James Gunn needs to give us something. He just needs to give the fans a little bit more of an insight of what his direction truly is. Because right now, from the outside looking in, it just looks sloppy. But what do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of Gal Gadot possibly returning for a Wonder Woman 3? Would that excite you? Do you want it? Comment down below. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions about this, guys. And without further ado, let's take a look at what you guys are saying about this. All right, let's see where we left off, and let's see if we can get back on track. I apologize for the sloppy show tonight, guys, but you can't win them all. But I appreciate you guys being here. Preston Reviews says, tomorrow I'm watching I, Tonya and Insomnia. Two movies I haven't seen that I really want to see. I, Tonya, I hear is fantastic, and I don't know why. I feel like there's been many opportunities for me to watch I, Tonya and Insomnia, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Oh my goodness, I just had a flashback. Going back to the question of what I've been watching recently. Sorry. I had like my favorite viewing experience with my family ever, because I go over to my family's house and we all hang out and we watch movies. And my wife's dad, my father-in-law, he's actually an extra in Freddy Got Fingered. He's in the scene with like early on at the beginning of the movie when Tom Green meets Drew Barrymore's character for the first time. We spotted him in the background. It was really exciting. But in order to get there, I had to show my family Freddy Got Fingered, and the reactions that I got from my family were like my favorite thing ever. I thought for sure my dad was going to turn the movie off once he saw the horse scene, but no, they just powered through, and it was hilarious. What broke them was when he climbs into the deer. When Tom Green gets into the deer, they were so disgusted that they were done with the movie. But up until that point, oh, it was so funny to watch them watch that movie, and it was really cool to see my father-in-law in there as well. Anyways, moving on. Preston Reviews says he's also going to watch Matrix 4 tomorrow. I lost interest in Matrix 4 once I heard the reviews, once I heard people say it wasn't very... Because I like the first Matrix as much as everybody else does, but the sequels never really did it for me. I didn't really care that much about the sequels. They never reached the height of that first film. So Matrix 4, when it came out and people were kind of like, meh, on it, I lost all interest in seeing it. So I never saw it. But I hope you like it, man. I hope you enjoy it. Toxic Gamer 331. I got the Lost Boys 4K and Lights Out Blu-ray from an Amazon gift card I got for my birthday yesterday. Lights Out is an underrated horror film, I think. I saw that movie with my friend when it came out, and I don't feel like many people talk about it, but it is really effective. I like that movie a lot. Toxic Gamer 331. Also, I'll be getting the Apollo 13 4K too, but it's not here yet. I watched Apollo 13 for the very first time the other day, and I thought it was very good. Like 8 Oscar wins or whatever that movie has. You heard it from me first, though. I think that Apollo 13 is very good. No, I really enjoyed it. It's one that I've wanted to watch for a very long time, and I thought it was great. Not even afraid to admit, and not ashamed to admit, I cried at the end. I was very emotional. Dark movies. I saw TMNT Mutant Mayhem yesterday, and that was amazing and an awesome show for my cinema. Oh, and wait. Sorry, let me read that again. I saw TMNT Mutant Mayhem yesterday, and that was amazing. Plus, and an awesome show for my cinema, a concert. You guys had a concert in your movie theater before TMNT Mutant Mayhem? Is that what you're saying, Dark Movies? Because that's incredible. If that's what you're saying, that's awesome. What was the concert? Like, did people in Turtles costumes come out and sing a song? It wasn't from like the 90s though. It wasn't the Turtles rock tour or whatever it was back in the 90s. Have you guys ever seen that? It's terrifying. Toxic Gamer 331 hot take. I don't think TMNT Out of the Shadows is bad, but the first live action one is bad though. I don't think the first one is much better than the second one. I think they get the Turtles decently well. I like the Turtles and the characters in it. I don't really like Master Splinter, though. Master Splinter is kind of a jerk to the Turtles in the first one. I don't really like the portrayal. And the fact that he taught them ninjutsu from a book that got flushed down the toilet or fell into the sewer, I thought that was really stupid. Yeah, those Michael Bay produced Turtle films, they don't hold up very well for me. But yeah, that's fair. If what did you say? Out of the Shadows is bad, but the first live action one is bad though. Yeah. Fair enough, man. Dark movies. Also, what did you think about Talk to Me if you've seen it? I haven't seen it yet. I don't even think it's at my theater at the moment. I didn't see it when I went to see Mutant Mayhem yesterday. I didn't see it playing, so maybe it's not. 80s kid from the 90s. Been watching a lot of Seinfeld lately. I watched the one where they are at the Chinese restaurant, the one with the statue, as well as the first episode and many more. I still haven't seen Seinfeld, but I hear the Chinese restaurant episode is really good. Actually, you know what? I think I might have seen that one. I might have seen that one at my grandparents' house when it was on a replay. We'll have to see. Nathan's Random Movies. Can you rank the July releases that you saw? Oh my goodness. What did I even see in July? I don't know if I can rank them. Let me see if I have my letterbox handy real quick. What I saw in July. I don't know what as soon as I leave the theater, I forget what I've seen. July. It doesn't look like I saw that much in July. That doesn't make sense. Indiana Jones, Mission Impossible, they cloned Tyrone. Maybe I just didn't put all of them down yet. I'm not gonna do that because I don't remember everything I've seen. But I appreciate you asking for that, man. Preston Reviews. TMNT Mutant Mayhem is my 5th favorite of the year, but I'm thinking it might be 4th if it stays memorable. Yeah, I'm not gonna put it that high yet. I don't even know if I would put Mutant Mayhem in my top 10 yet of the year, but I did really enjoy it. I thought it was a lot of fun. Whoops, we did a jump there. Wow, you guys are killing the chat. Thank you so much for being here. Toxic Gamer 331. Have you ever gotten a comment where someone told you that you ripped off something or someone? Have I ever gotten a Oh, I did. I got really early on in my channel when I first started. It's like the 2nd or 3rd video I ever did. So when I started my channel back in 2019, I went through phases of influences. So I started off trying to do nostalgia critic type stuff with like Channel Awesome does. So I did this like nostalgic review watch through of Free Willy. It's horrible. It's a terrible video, and I'm trying to be edgy with jokes, and it's just not good. It's funny. It's still up on my channel. I'm telling you guys that it's a horrible video. You shouldn't watch it, but it's got like 1,000 views or something. But I did have someone comment during that time. They were like, nostalgia critic ripoff, or you're just trying to be nostalgia critic. And so yeah, I've gotten a comment like that here and there, but not very often. Mr. Teach Film Preach. Why can't I read your name, dude? I love it though. Now that you saw TMNT Mutant Mayhem, what do you think is your favorite or one of your favorite animated films of the year so far? My favorite is still Across the Spider-Verse. Across the Spider-Verse is still, I think, the best animated film of the year so far. I think I'd put Turtles Mutant Mayhem though second. I think I've only seen 3. I think I've only seen Across the Spider-Verse, Mutant Mayhem, and Nimona. And I would definitely put Mutant Mayhem above Nimona, but I think I would put it under Across the Spider-Verse at the moment. Toxic Gamer 331. Because in my most recent short, I got some comments where they said I was ripping off something. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't take those to heart very much. I mean, like, I don't know, what is it? Art imitates arts or something like that. Like, or what is the saying? It's like something the best form of flattery is imitation, something like that. I've imitated a lot of people. Like I said, I started off, I tried to do the nostalgia critic thing, found that wasn't working for me. I tried to do Chris Stuckman thing where I overanalyze movies and editing and directing and all that stuff, and I just didn't have the same effect as Chris Stuckman because that's not always where my eye goes. And then I tried to do the Jeremy Jahns thing. That was only like a year or a year and a half ago at this point, when I had the blue background and I was standing and trying to be energetic and stuff like that. I was totally trying to do Jeremy Jahns. So yeah, and even when I started doing this, I moved on and tried to do like John Campea and Collider and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, I don't think it's wrong. I don't think it's a bad thing to imitate someone's style. Try it out for yourself, see what works, see what doesn't work, adapt it into your own thing. So those comments I would just ignore, because you're on your YouTube journey. You're trying to find your voice. You're trying to find what works for you, what your channel is going to be, what your niche is going to be, and it takes trial and error to do that. And those people are just trolls trying to bring you down for doing that, and I don't think that's right. So keep doing your thing, man. Keep trying new things, keep imitating people, keep trying different styles, and see what you land on and see what you like. 80s kid from the 90s. Alf is on the Mint Mobile commercials now. They are so funny. I saw an image of that, but I haven't seen we don't have Mint Mobile in Canada, so I haven't seen any commercials for that. And I also don't have cable, so I haven't seen any commercials for that. But I did hear about that on Twitter, that Alf was back in Mint Mobile, and I thought that's kind of interesting. The View with Drew, what's going on, man? Thanks for being here tonight. If the MCU made a movie with Rocket Raccoon and Wolverine teaming up, what classic song do you think they should use for the soundtrack? What classic song? Oh my goodness, is "Hurt" too sad from the Logan trailer? That's the first one that comes to mind, because they're both gonna have tragic backstories where they get infused with robotics and experimented on. So it would kind of work for both their characters, but it wouldn't be a very fun song. It wouldn't be a jam out song, unfortunately. Preston Reviews says his favorite Spider-Man is No Way Home. Nice. Like I said it before, but I think you guys might have missed it. I have that comfortably at number 3. Spider-Man 2 is my favorite, followed by Sam Raimi's first Spider-Man, and then Spider-Man No Way Home is in my 3rd spot. Toxic Gamer 331. I should say one of my most recent ones, not the most recent one. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, everything I said still the same. 80s kid from the 90s. I like Gadot as Wonder Woman, but I think it would be better if she directed the film. Ooh, if Gal Gadot directed the film? Is Gal Gadot a director? Has Gal Gadot directed anything? I don't know if I like that. Unless there's credits from Gal Gadot that I don't know of and she's directed some stuff, maybe I could be down for that. But as it is right now, if she's only acted, I do not want Wonder Woman to be her first directorial debut. I don't think that's a good idea. Preston Reviews. I think they should cast Henry and Ben as other characters if they keep Gal. I mean, I think that might even just still be too confusing for audiences. I mean, even if you had Henry Cavill as a completely different character and he popped up in a trailer for a DC movie, you're still going to have people that are like, wait a minute, is he Superman still? Is he not Superman? And like Ben Affleck was literally just Batman Bruce Wayne in The Flash, like not even a month ago. So like, I feel like if he popped up in a DC trailer, people would still like, wait, what? Is he still Batman? Is he still son? Is he still Batman? Is Ben still Batman? Like, I feel like you have to get rid of them all. If you're going to start new, if you're going to start fresh, if you're trying to build this thing from the ground up again, don't keep the scraps that were part of the fallen apart building. Like, they're not going to be good to use. I don't think it's a good idea. That's probably a terrible analogy. I don't make houses or do construction for a living, so I'm sure you could reuse pieces. We've lost the point. Anyways, Dark Movie says, I love her in Wonder Woman, but yeah, I agree. Read comics. This won't be a sequel. I think we're all glad that Patty Jenkins' Wonder Woman 3 was canceled. It's not surprising that there was another Wonder Woman movie in the DCU since she is the most iconic female superhero. I get that, but I really do think that you could recast and no one would bat an eye. I really do think that you could do Wonder Woman in the DCU, and you could cast a different actress, and it would be fine. I don't think people would be that upset. I mean, maybe you'd have some people online that would complain and moan about Gal Gadot being removed, but I don't think Wonder Woman can only be played by Gal Gadot. You know what I mean? Like, some people, I feel like, have that kind of stance of, like, Gal Gadot, she owns this role. She did very good with the role, yes, but I could see someone else in the role as well. I think that there's room for another Wonder Woman, and I feel like moving forward, that might be the best way to go because of the lack of confusion that it's going to cause. I just feel like if you continue on with another Wonder Woman movie, I mean, I know they're doing DC Elseworlds as well. The biggest thing about that, though, that I think my argument against that would be is that, yes, the Batman and Joker, they're Elseworlds, but they started off as Elseworlds. Like, people knew that they weren't connected to the DCEU when they first came out, whereas Wonder Woman is connected to the DCEU. She has been connected to the DCEU since she first appeared in Batman vs. Superman. So if you do another Wonder Woman movie and you try to make it Elseworlds, there's still people who have seen Wonder Woman in Batman vs. Superman, in Justice League, in her solo movies that involve the DCEU. So I feel like people would just think, oh, that's part of the universe again. It's not Elseworlds. It's that Wonder Woman character that I've seen in the other movies in the other universe. I just think it's too confusing, and I think you should just, like, do something new. Like, don't even worry about it. Don't stress about it. Just cut her off and cast someone new. 80s Gift for the 90s. I think it could still work. I mean, like I said, I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. Maybe this is one of those times. It could still work. Is it worth the risk is what I would ask of confusing audiences. Read comics. James Gunn also wants to make a Wonder Woman animated series, and he did say that they will use some actors from the past. Gal is good, but she's not greatly talented, so I would prefer a recast. I don't know if I'd say she's not greatly talented. She's iffy. I thought she did some good emotional performance in Wonder Woman 1984 when she has to say goodbye to Steve Trevor. Is it Steve Trevor? Chris Pine's character. When she has to say goodbye to him and she has that breakdown and cries, I thought that was done very well. But yeah, there's definitely some times where she's kind of shaky as an actress, but we'll see. I don't know. Has she ever done voiceover? Oh, yeah, she's done voiceover. She was in, what was she in? Was she in that Peter Rabbit movie? I can't remember if I'm remembering that correctly. Movie Time Minute. I have no issue with Gal coming back, but I do wonder if there will be any fan backlash keeping her while moving on with other character portrayals. Well, I gotta get to bed. Thanks for all you do here. Well, thank you for joining us tonight, man. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you for that, man. It's amazing to have you on board, and the show was made better because you were a part of it. So have a good night. I will say, yeah, I think there will be fan backlash for sure because you got rid of Henry Cavill. People loved Henry Cavill Superman, and the fact that he seems to be the only one that's just like, nope, you can't come back. Everyone else is welcome to come back if they want to, but Henry Cavill, no, just strict no. Yeah, it ruffles some feathers for sure. Travis Mitchell, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining us tonight, Travis. James Gunn just barely clarified that Peacemaker isn't canon to his DCU, so I think anything involved the previous DCEU will be labeled under Elseworlds, as he said in his plan announcement. I think Peacemaker is less confusing because it was a show on HBO Max, which, I mean, that doesn't that doesn't negate that it's part of the DCEU by any long shot. But as far as like the movies go, like the movie going audience, it doesn't really affect the movies all that much having Peacemaker on TV for people to watch. Whereas with Wonder Woman, they were theatrical movies. The audience who goes to the theaters have it established in their minds that Wonder Woman is part of the DCEU universe that they have been watching. We just saw her in The Flash. We literally just saw her in June in The Flash. It is not a new concept that she would be gone from the DC. Like, it's still fresh is what I'm trying to say. She is still fresh in people's minds as being part of the DCEU. I feel like continuing on with her, it just makes things a little bit too confusing, or at least it could. Execution is key, and maybe they'll execute it really well. Preston Reviews. My top 5 DCEU is a hot take, landful of only hot takes. Did you put your top 5 in here? I don't see your top 5 at the moment. We'll have to get back to that. If you put in your top 5, we'll have to just find it later, but I can't search for it at the moment, man. But I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear your top 5. Nathan Drana Movies. What are you watching in August? I'm watching Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, Meg 2, The Last Voyage of the Meteor, Blue Beetle, and Gran Turismo. Well, I definitely won't. I'm going to see the Meg 2 this weekend. I'm seeing it on Friday. Kind of excited for the schlocky fest that that's going to be. I do want to see The Last Voyage of the Demeter. Blue Beetle I'll definitely check out. And I'll probably go to Gran Turismo. I heard decent things about that. Preston Reviews. The Flash is still my favorite movie of the year. Nice, man. The favorite movie of the year. It was a fun time. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. 80s from the 90s. Now I'm singing Highway to Hell in my head. Yeah, someone put in that would be a good song for Rocket Raccoon and Wolverine. And yeah, good choice, man. Travis Mitchell, say what you may about the DCEU, but Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, Suicide Squad, and Wonder Woman all had a sense of continuity. The movies were mixed, but the characters showed promise, and that's what people wanted. No, I agree with you there. Batman vs. Man of Steel led into Batman vs. Superman very well. I thought that the opening sequence of Batman vs. Superman, where you had Bruce Wayne on the ground looking at the destruction that Zod is causing while fighting Superman, very effective, very well done. Suicide Squad, I mean, yeah, you had Batman in a cameo and stuff like that, but it wasn't that great of a movie. And then Wonder Woman was pretty good. Wonder Woman was probably like the last, I don't want to say the last great movie, because I did like The Flash, but yeah, it had been a while since Wonder Woman before we got a movie that I really, really liked again. But yeah, they had promise. They were just unfortunately not they didn't catch on with the audience as well. Movie Time Minute's back. One more thing. Considering bringing my 2-year-old to Turtles this weekend for his first theatrical movie, is this movie good for younger kids, or am I wasting a ticket on him? Good night. I love the emoji in there too, man. That's awesome. I love seeing those emojis used, man. Thank you so much for that. I would say for a 2-year-old, for the most part, it's pretty kiddie, I would say. It's very light and it's very funny. There is, I don't want to give too much away, but there's kind of a third act battle with a monster, and the design of the monster was really, really cool. I don't know if, because I don't know your kid, so you know your kid the best, better than me, obviously. So you're gonna know what's best for your kid based on what you're hearing. But what I will say is that the monster design is kind of a mixture of a bunch of different animals, and it looks kind of freaky. And I don't know if it would freak a 2-year-old out. If I was 2 and I saw it, I would be freaked out. So if your kid is a little bit timid, a little bit scared of stuff like that, maybe not the best idea to take them to it. But for the most part, I do think that it's pretty tame and pretty. I mean, there's some grotesque mutants in it, but I don't think anything that will really scar him. So 2 years old, I would say maybe a bit young, but hey, if that sounds like something he would handle, totally go for it. Travis Mitchell, I unapologetically love Freddy Got Fingered. It's aged really well for what it is. I'll tell you what, before my family turned it off, even though they were grossed out by it, even though they were freaked out by it, they were laughing. And I was kind of surprised. Because, yes, it was gross out humor and it was shock humor. And it comes out of nowhere and there's really no plot. It's just a bunch of stupid Tom Green skits put together. They were laughing. They were having as much of a good time, I guess, as they could have, even though they were completely disgusted by it. There's something to that. There's something to be said by the fact that they were laughing. Travis Mitchell, I made the mistake of watching Escape Plan 2 today. Yeah, I saw the first Escape Plan. Very disappointed with it. The first movie, I think it was the first movie with Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger starring together, and it was fine. I never had any interest in seeing any of the sequels. Toxic Gamer 331, that seems like a funny movie. Hey, give it a try. Give Freddy Got Fingered a try, man. Space Viper Films. Well, thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for being here. I liked both Wonder Woman movies, and I like Gal on the Roll, but I just want them to ditch the whole DCEU. They just don't want to let it rest, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why they don't want it to let it rest. Now, James Gunn has mentioned in an interview before. I think it was on the podcast he did, Inside of You. I think he did say that he had the hardest part of the industry, or his job, is saying no to people. He didn't realize how hard it would be to say no, or something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing. So I don't know, maybe he's just finding it difficult, like the humanity in him is finding it difficult to let these people go of their jobs and their roles that they've had all this time, that he just wants to risk the brand by keeping them on. I don't know, but I think it's really weird. All right, we are going to move on now to topic number 2, because we do have some more stuff to get through. And we'll get back to your comments and questions very soon here. So, topic number 2 is this, guy. So, as we all know, we are currently in the middle of a writer's strike and an actor's strike. Now, the writer's strike has gone on a little bit longer. It's been about 3 months now for the writer's strike. And up until this point, we haven't really seen these strikes affect the movie-going experience all that much. I mean, yes, on TV, late night shows were canceled. We haven't really had any late night with Jimmy Fallon or Seth Meyers or anything going on for quite some time now. But as far as the movie sides go, we've been okay. Nothing's really changed for us as the audience members. Well, that kind of came to a change over this past week because we have finally entered the stage where we are getting movie delays. And a lot of them are from Sony. We've got a lot of movie delays from Sony. Here's what Yahoo had an article. Here's what they had to say about all this. Where did I leave off? Right here. Make sure that I can see that. There we go. Hulu and Sony delay new movies and TV shows relating to the strike. Prepare yourselves, entertainment fans, because your most anticipated film and or TV show of 2023 might not arrive this year after all. With writers and actors strike seemingly set for to run for a long time, the world's biggest studios have begun to delay numerous new movies and TV shows. Per Variety, Sony Pictures is the first major film studio to push back multiple movies into 2024, including the Spider-Man spin-off flick Kraven the Hunter, and we're gonna talk about that in just a little bit. And Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse's follow-up, Beyond the Spider-Verse, has been removed from Sony's theatrical lineup entirely, meaning its release has been delayed indefinitely. Things are starting to look shaky in the streaming world too, according to The Hollywood Reporter. Forthcoming Hulu TV show, A Murder at the End of the World, has also had its release date pushed back to November, and it was originally slated to launch on August 29th. THR suggests the limited series release date delay is down to Hulu's hopes that the strikes will be resolved by the fourth quarter of 2023, which might allow its cast and crew to promote the series. There's potentially worse to come on the release date front. Earlier in July, Variety reported that Warner Bros. Discovery was weighing up whether to delay some of its bigger film of the year until 2024. That could include the hotly anticipated sci-fi epic Dune Part 2, the final DC Extended Universe film, Aquaman 2, and possibly the Oscar contender, The Color Purple. The release schedule switches come as the writers and all the strikes is basically why these are happening. So let's go up real quick, back up to this for a second. So let's talk about this first. Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. I'm not surprised in the least bit whatsoever that this is getting pushed back. I think even without the strikes, this would probably have gotten delayed. Maybe not till indefinitely, maybe not till next year, but it definitely, or not, it is coming out next year. Maybe not till like 2025, but it definitely, I think, would have gotten pushed back. Because when you look at Phil Lord and Christopher Miller talk about this movie, how they're still in kind of the storyboard phase, the actors haven't recorded any dialogue. I'm sure that kind of set them back a little bit, but the fact that now that there's an actor strike and now they can't get any actors to record dialogue, Beyond the Spider-Verse doesn't surprise me whatsoever that that's delayed. Now this one, however, is where I put on my tinfoil hat a little bit. Kraven the Hunter has been delayed. It doesn't say in this article, but Kraven the Hunter has been delayed to August of next year. It's been pushed a year from this point on, and it was originally supposed to come out in September of this year, September, October. It was supposed to come out like next month, the next month or two, and they pushed it back an entire year. Why? Why would they do that? Why would they push it back that far? Yes, there's a writer's strike. Yes, there's an actor strike going on, so maybe you wouldn't have. But there is stuff for Sony coming out next year. It's not like Kraven the Hunter is all they had. They had Madam Web scheduled for next year. Venom 3, that was filming. That wasn't going to come out till next year. I think they officially announced that comes out July of next year. Kraven the Hunter, a movie that comes out in a month. Why? Why did they push this a year? Here's my theory, guys. Here's my tinfoil hat. I don't think it has much to do with the writer's strike. I don't think it has. Well, it does have to do with the actor's strike. But I think that this movie is a mess. I mean, look, I'm biased. I don't really like the Venomverse movies. The first Venom movie, I don't like that movie. The second one's okay. I enjoyed that one well enough. Morbius was a disaster. The trailer for Kraven the Hunter did not look good. It didn't really get fans that excited. Nothing I hear about this movie gets me excited or sounds any good. Now, there is a possibility that they had wanted to do reshoots with the actors before this movie came out in September. Now, you might be thinking, like, that's a short window to get reshoots done now when the movie comes out in a month. Well, that's not unheard of in Hollywood. There have been reshoots done, like, up to, like, a week before the movie comes out. There have been many cases where people have worked on a movie until, like, the night before it's supposed to premiere. So I think it's perfectly reasonable to suggest that maybe they wanted to do reshoots and try to fix this movie because it's a mess. And now that there's an actor strike going on and they can't get any actors to work on this thing, they can't do any reshoots for this thing, I think that's why it's been pushed back that far. I think it's why they pushed it back almost a full year, is because I think this movie is a train wreck. I think they know And again, this is theorizing. This is all my speculation. I don't think that I don't have anything to it's not that I don't think. I know I don't have anything to base this off of. I'm just a guy in Canada somewhere random. I don't have any connections to Hollywood. This is totally just me theorizing. But I think this movie's a mess. I think that they probably know that they have another Morbius on their hands because they've seen the reactions. They've seen the reception of Morbius. They're not hiding their heads in the dirt. And I feel like they might feel like they got that with Kraven the Hunter. I definitely feel like they do. So if they can't get the actors to do reshoots before the movie comes out, if they can't fix the movie within a month, you push it. How far do you push it? You push it as far back as you can so that you know that the strike will be over and you know that you can get these actors to do these reshoots and that you have them scheduled so that you can fix this movie. All the rest of these delays, they don't really that surprise me all that much. Ghostbusters Afterlife got delayed. Beyond the Spider-Verse, there's a couple other Sony stuff that got delayed. But Kraven the Hunter, that one really sticks out to me. And I don't know, guys. That's just my theory about the whole thing. But what do you guys think of these delays? What do you think is actually going on? Do you think that that Sony is just, hey, you know what? Kraven the Hunter is so good. We want to hold on to this like even longer and just make people wait and salivate for it so we can make more money next year. I don't think that's the case at all. But what do you guys think? Comment down below. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions about these delays, guys. And without further ado, let's take a look at what you guys are saying about this. That's not the right one. Here we go. Nope, that's the wrong one too. What a night, guys. What a night. All right, we'll do a couple more comments and questions, and we'll go to topic number 3 because we gotta start going through these a little bit faster. 80s kid from the 90s. I think it's interesting how the studios are interested in making a deal now that big actors are donating tons of money to the strike. That's a very interesting point, man. Because yes, they're finally coming back to the table. The AMPTP, the studios and the Writers Guild, they're coming to the table. They're coming back on Friday. They're gonna try and negotiate something out. I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know if it's gonna go through. But I love that. Yeah, the fact that now they're getting tons of money donated. It's like, oh, we gotta figure this out. We can't bleed them out anymore. Stupid studios. Preston reviews. I'm worried about Matrix 4. I love 2 and 3, and 1 was okay. Yeah, I mean, that's interesting that you think 1 was okay, but you love 2 and 3, because I'm the exact opposite of that. But hey, maybe it'll hit you then if 2 and 3 worked for you. Maybe 4 will really work for you. Hope you like it, man. Nathan's Random Movies. Do you think Patty Jenkins should have stayed director for Thor: The Dark World? I sure did. I mean, it's hard to say. It's hard to say because I don't necessarily think that would have... Like, first of all, I don't think Thor: The Dark World is honestly that bad. The biggest thing is it's not her direction, I think, that would have changed the movie. It's the script. If she would have been able to write the script for Thor: The Dark World, maybe, and have a little bit more freedom within the writings of the script, maybe that would have been interesting. But if they had the same script, if they had the same story, I don't think her being the director would have saved the movie all that much. But I don't think the movie's that bad. I honestly don't. I kind of enjoy it for what it is. Travis Mitchell. In 2018, my friend and I were going to see The Predator. Oh, man, The Predator. Oh, you just brought me back to oh, man. Anyways, The Predator, only 2 seeing it. The theater was packed to see A Simple Favor, but the screening was canceled, so everyone piled in to see Predator. Oh, my goodness, man. That's hilarious. Yeah, I saw The Predator in 2018. I was so excited for that movie. I had watched all the Predator movies up until that point. It came out. I went to see it. Oh, man, that movie was bad. Oh, The Predator. Thank you for Prey. Prey redeemed the Predator franchise. Prey was the movie I needed for this franchise because after The Predator, I was done. I was so done with it. I thought that movie was abysmal. I thought it was so bad. But that's really funny that A Simple Favor, the screening was canceled and everyone piled into The Predator. Those poor people. That's a totally different movie that you got to see, and a worse one at that as well. 80s given the movies. I love being a turtle. Yeah, man. That 90s Turtles movie, dude, I think it still holds up. Like, I don't think it's a great movie, but as a Turtles movie, I think it's, even after seeing Mutant Mayhem, I think it's still our best one. 80s kid from the 90s. What should I call my audience? Anybody have any ideas? 80s kid from the 90s. What do you call your audience? That's a good one. I don't know. Oh man, I don't know. That's a thinker, man. I have to think about that. Spoiler Kings, what's going on, Spoiler Kings? Our beloved channel members, Spoiler Kings. Thank you guys so much for being channel members. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for being here. What's up, Zach? Not much. What's going on, Spoiler Kings? Spoiler Kings going on to say, got to do the horrible vids to learn and make the good. Got to do the horrible videos to learn and make the good content. Very true. Very true. I can't watch my first videos. I mean, I'm sure that's true for a lot of people, but my earlier videos. Can't do it. I just can't do it. They're so bad. I'm going to jump real quick, guys, because I just saw that we have... Wow, you guys are killing the chat. Thank you guys so much. Dark Movies just became a channel member. He just joined the Members Talk Live. Dude, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for becoming a channel member. I'm so looking forward to chatting with you and seeing you on Saturdays, man. It's going to be a fun time. I appreciate you, man. That's awesome. Okay, I just have to go back up to where we were. Here we go. Dark Movies goes on to say, yes, there was a concert in my theater. This might sound fake, but one person jumped out of a sewer and then some smoke, and he had a piano and played the original theme song. What? Dude, did you only have to pay for a standard movie ticket to get that concert? That is insane. That's awesome, dude. I wish I had that. That sounds amazing. That is how you watch Turtles. That is the only way to watch Ninja Turtles from now on, dude. That's amazing. Preston reviews. The good thing about my videos, because I only have 14 subs, is I barely get comments. I mean, yeah, man. I mean, the comments will come. Either way, the comments will come. But, yeah, the good thing about being low in your subscriptions right now is you have the time to work on your videos, to find your voice, to get the videos good before people come. So that's awesome, man. And I wish you well on your journey, dude. That's amazing. I can't wait to see where your channel goes. 80s Kid from the 90s says, I got 133 subscribers now. Awesome, dude. That's amazing. You're on your way to 200. Yeah, I wish I could. I don't have an answer for you for your fans, but I will. I'll think about it, dude. Guys, go get him to 200 subscribers tonight. The View with Drew. Tell me what you guys think of this song choice. We Will Rock You by Queen, and it's not just because it's Queen. Have those characters from a duo would rock and having a song where the lyrics are. I do like We Will Rock You by Queen, so I think I just messed up all of my letters in that sentence. But yeah, that's a good one, man. Nathan's Random Movies. When I saw Haunted Mansion, I saw the new trailer for the Marvels for the first time, and I'm still skeptical. I was gonna go see Haunted Mansion, but I couldn't get up to the theater, and it just wasn't worth the trouble, so I skipped Haunted Mansion. I heard decent things about it, but not enough for me to desire to go see it. The Marvels, I'm looking forward to the Marvels. I'm worried about the Marvels, though. I'm worried about the Marvels because personally, I love Miss Marvel, the show on Disney Plus. That's one of my favorite Disney Plus Marvel shows that they've done so far. But even watching the Marvels trailer, specifically the second trailer that dropped not too long ago, watching that trailer, it doesn't look that exciting. Like there's nothing about it besides me wanting to see Kamala Khan interact with these characters because I loved her from Miss Marvel, and seeing her family back and seeing them on the big screen sounds awesome. But nothing about that trailer screams to me like you need to see this comic book movie. Like, honestly. And I feel bad saying that, but that's just the truth. I mean, sometimes the Marvel trailers, man, they used to be like events in them in and of themselves. I mean, the Loki season 2 trailer came out recently, and that was a really good trailer. But I mean, come on, if you put Ke Huy Quan at the beginning of your trailer, that's the best marketing decision anyone's ever made. Is starting your trailer with Ke Huy Quan. You can't hate it after that. But yeah, the Marvel's trailers, honestly, they're forgettable. And they don't make the movie look like a memorable movie either. So I'm going to go see the Marvels. I'm looking forward to it, but I understand your skepticism. I don't think the trailers have made the movie look that great. The View with Drew, We Will Rock You will be perfect. Preston Reviews says, No Way Home may be up there because it was my first date and my theater was packed, but my theater is closed now. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm sorry to hear that your theater is closed. When my theater closed down during COVID, dude, it was, I mean... Look, the world in itself was depressing. There was a lot of stuff going on, way more depressing than just having your theater shut down. But in my little world, in my little Zach world, who loved going to the theater every weekend, having the theater closed down for, I think it was closed down for like a year and a that was a bummer. That was a bummer. Travis Mitchell says his least favorite to favorite Spider-Man movies. His least favorite is No Way Home, then Spider-Man 2, then Far From Home, then Amazing Spider-Man 2, then Amazing Spider-Man, then Homecoming, then Across the Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man 3, and Spider-Man. Wow, dude, your list is full of hot takes. I love it. I love to see that. That's awesome. Your second favorite one is Spider-Man 3. I love that. Toxic Gamer 331. I know this is a bit random, but do you work out, Zach? Because it looks like you have some. Yeah, no, not really. I don't think I have very many muscles at all. There was a period of time after high school where my friends moved away, and I was working and going home and working and going home and just kind of watching movies on my own. And I felt like I was getting into a slump and I was getting kind of sad. So I decided to join a gym for like the first time ever. I did some gym stuff in school. There was a workout class that I signed up for in like my last year, but I got into really working out for like 2 years after high school. And then when COVID happened, I really dropped off. And I never went back after COVID because the gyms were all closed and all that stuff. So I fell out of the routine. So I think I have some mass left over from when I worked out kind of regularly. But I haven't worked out in a very long time. So I really appreciate you mentioning that, dude. That makes me feel pretty good. Sully Streams, what's going on, Sully? Thanks for joining us tonight, man. Completely agree, Zach. I really like James Gunn, but I feel like you have to do a full clean slate for this to work. No more of this picking and choosing. It will confuse people. Amen, brother. Amen. I totally agree. 80s kid from the 90s. Superman Legacy was announced in January. A month ago, Superman was casted. In 2019, Fantastic Four was announced. It's 2023, and we still haven't heard casting for the movie. I think they have it. Just personally, like theorizing, speculating, I think they have it. I think they've casted it, and all these reports, all these rumors coming out, oh, this person passed, this person wanted it but didn't get it, I think they're bullcrap. I think they have it. I think they have the Fantastic Four, and even if they don't, look, Fantastic Four, this is one of the problems too with the Marvel state right now. They have so much going on. I mean, think about all the castings that they're probably doing right now for TV shows and movies and all that stuff. Like we're all focused on Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four might not be their focus at the moment. I'm sure it is. I mean, I'm positive it is. But yeah, I'm not going to read too much into the fact that it was announced in 2019 and they still haven't casted it yet, because I think the movie's still like 2 years away. But yeah, I personally, I think they have it. Mr. Teach Film Preach Reviews. Just realized you are a Canadian. My Canadian brother. Yes. What's going on, eh? Hey, what's going on? Let's go get some Timmy's later. Tim Hortons, man. Toxic Gamer 331. Next Wednesday, I'm going to be live streaming WWE 2023 Universe Mode. Well, I will be putting you in a movie talking championship match against the Flick Pick. Ooh, man, that dude's strong. That dude's got muscles. I will tell you, going back to the whole workout thing, I'm beyond flattered, dude, that you put me in those videos, that you make a figure of me in your game. I don't know what to call it. A model of me in your game is incredible. I've been showing my wife them. She thinks they're hilarious. The Spider-Man one had us laughing out loud. I totally deserve that whooping because he's Spider-Man. However, I'm pretty, you got me looking pretty jacked in the video game there, man. And it's giving my wife some unrealistic expectations. So, I don't know. I mean, I appreciate it. Maybe slim me down a little bit, you know, like something I can compete with realistically. You know what I mean? But no, dude, that's amazing. Like I can't believe you do that, and it's incredible to watch. Thank you so much, dude. Travis Mitchell, Wolverine is Canadian, so the Groot team up song would have to be something by Glass Tiger, Rush, or Bryan Adams, or Nickelback. Hero by Nickelback, bringing it back to Spider-Man, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. They say a hero can save us. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do Nickelback with Groot or was it Rocket and Wolverine? I can't remember. Preston Reviews. Have you watched the one and only Ivan? It came out, I think, 2 years ago, but it's great. It's on Disney+. No, I never did see that. I heard about it, but I never did see that. Nathan's Random Movies. What do you think of the writer's strike in its current state? I think it's ridiculous. I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing that I always keep in mind. I am not in Hollywood. I don't know anything about Hollywood. Well, I mean, like, I know some things. I learn. I listen to podcasts. I read some stuff to understand as much as I can about Hollywood. But I'm not in the system. And until you're in the system, you really don't fully understand it, I believe. So I'm not going to act like I know what these negotiations are fully about. I'm not going to act like I've read the contracts. I've read what they're trying to negotiate. I admit that. I admit that I don't know 100% the full situation of what's going on. However, when you look at how the studios have been treating the writers during this entire strike, I think it's been gross. I think it's been disgusting, and I think it's really shown a lot of their true colors. I mean, the fact that these guys that write, not just write for you, create your stuff. Without these guys, you have nothing. Yeah, you can improv something. Maybe it'll turn out well, but writers are what make movies, TV, everything in that industry happens because a writer is there because someone had an idea, wrote it down, or had an idea, hired a writer to write it down and make it come into fruition. Writers are why Hollywood exists. Writers are why the entertainment business exists. So when you look down at the writers when they're on this strike and you're not even going to the table to negotiate with them, you're just like, you know what? Those poor guys, we're up here with our with our wine bottles or whatever, and we're sipping on champagne, and we have millions of dollars up in this, and those poor guys down there, those pathetic little guys, they don't have that much money, we will be fine. I mean, we've got a lot of their scripts on the shelf that we could always use if we wanted to. We'll be fine. They, however, give it till October, they'll be homeless. They'll be crawling back. They'll be like, I don't care. I understand business. I understand that this is the ugly side of business, but I hate it. I think it's gross. I think it's disgusting. Don't treat your employees, don't treat your fellow human beings that way. So yeah, I hope something gets resolved. I hope the writers get everything that they deserve because they have been working in terrible conditions from what I've been reading, and a lot of their deals are crummy. So I hope that they get something that works a lot better and makes them happy. But yeah, the whole thing I think is just ugly and gross from the studio's perspective. Dark movies. With all the rumors about Reed Richards' casting choice, what is your dream cast for Reed Richards? Honestly, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not good with fan casting, so I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. All right, we'll do a couple more, and then we'll move on to topic number 3. 80s given the 90s. Right now, I'm staying with the Reeves verse for Batman. Reeves understands the source material. He captures the vibe of Gotham and its lore of characters. The Batman is true cinema. I love The Batman. The Batman is probably my favorite Batman movie, to be honest with you. And if we could get more DC movies like that, like, honestly, I'd be fine if James Gunn ditched the whole DCU idea. I'd be totally fine if they didn't continue with a connected universe. Like, if they were like, let Marvel have their thing. We're not going to do that. If they just did solo projects like they do with The Batman and like they do with Joker, I would be all for it. I would be so happy if they did that, to be honest with you. All right, guys, let's move on real quick. Let's move on to topic number 3. Topic number 3 is going to be this, guys. So, a couple weeks back, we talked about how the Lando series, remember the Lando series? From Solo, a Star Wars movie? You got Donald Glover as Lando, going to do a series on Disney+. It was announced back in like 2020. Haven't really seen anything from that since. Well, we talked about it a couple weeks ago that Justin Simien, the guy who is writing the Lando series, came out and said, you know what? I had a good script. Everyone enjoyed it. I'm just waiting to hear back from them. I haven't really heard anything since like 2020. But, there was a pandemic and stuff, so that can be forgiven. Well, maybe they didn't like Justin Simien's script as much as he thought that they liked it, because it turns out that Justin Simien is no longer working on Lando. In fact, it sounds like Justin Simien's script is getting a full rewrite from the ground up, potentially, because it just came out this week that Donald Glover, Lando himself, is going to be working on the Lando series. Here's what Vanity Fair had to say about this. Glover is collaborating on the project with his brother Stephen Glover, who has written and produced with him on Atlanta. I haven't watched Atlanta, but I hear that Atlanta is really good, as well as the new Dominic Fishback series, Swarm. They have quietly been in control of the Lando series for many months now, a source confirms to Vanity Fair. Now, first off, right off the bat, addressing this, terrible timing. I mean, I'm glad that article mentions that they've been working on this for months now, because in the middle of a writer's strike and in the middle of an actor's strike, to have it announced that you're not only writing a project that you're going to be acting in, yeah, bad look right now for what's going on in the industry, but glad they clarified that this has been in the works for a while. So this is kind of interesting, to be honest with you, because honestly, this kind of feels like it came out of nowhere, because there's been like no talk about the Lando series whatsoever until Justin Simien came out a couple weeks ago and talked about how, yeah, he thinks he's still doing it, and now we know that he's not doing it, and Donald Glover is actually going to be writing Lando. So how does this change my opinions on the Lando series? Because we talked about it a couple weeks ago. You know, I'm not like super interested in a Lando series, but if they made it, I would hope that it'd be good. I'd check it out. The fact that Donald Glover is writing a Lando series gets me a little bit more interested in it, because it shows that he's really committed to the series. Like, if you just had someone write it for Disney Plus, and then, I don't know, Donald Glover, he might be in it, he might not be in it. We weren't even entirely sure if Donald Glover was going to be Lando in the series. I guess this kind of confirms that he will be. I'm a little bit less excited about that, because that's just an actor doing an actor's role for someone else that wrote for him, you know, contractually obligated to do it, all that kind of stuff. But if Donald Glover is creatively involved throughout the entire process, if he feels so convicted to do this show that he wants to play Lando again, he doesn't just want to play Lando again, but he wants to write the show. He wants to have full creative control over the story, over where the character goes. He's that invested in this character. That gets me a little bit more optimistic, and that gets me feeling a little bit better about the show, because now it doesn't just feel like they're doing a Lando series for the sake of doing a Lando series on Disney Plus. Now, that very much could still be the case. Hey, write a Lando series, we want that on Disney Plus. This very much could still be that case. But the fact that Donald Glover is taking the time, taking it upon himself to get this thing off the ground, to create it, to act in it, I think that's really cool, and I commend that, and I like, first of all, I don't just want any actor to take creative control over every project that they're in. I'm not saying that, but Donald Glover is a talented creative, like, not just acting wise, but behind the scenes and writing wise. He is and has proven to be a really great creative force. So the fact that you now got him not just starring in a show of Lando, but actually working on the story, working on the script, and working on the direction of where his character is going to go, I'm not gonna lie, this kind of got my excitement level for a Lando series up a bit more than it was before. What do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of Donald Glover potentially doing a Lando series? Do you think this is a good idea? Do you want him to write it and star in it? Or do you think that's too much pressure on him? He should just write or star in it. Comment down below. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions about that, guys. And without further ado, let's take a look what you guys are saying about this. And actually, before we move on to what you guys are saying about that, let's just bump out topic number 4. You know, it's been a wild night, guys. So let's just get these done, and then let's just take your comments and questions for the rest of the night. So, topic number 4. It is a sad, sad day for the people who love collecting physical media in Australia. My heart goes out to you guys, my physical media fellow collectors, because it was announced this past week that Disney has decided no more physical media for you. No more physical media for Australia. We are done. No more Blu-rays, no more DVDs. And the last DVD, the last Blu-ray that's going to be released new in Australia is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Here's an article I found. Here's part of it anyways from Forbes. Here's what they had to say about the situation. According to several sources, Disney announced that they will no longer be selling DVDs and Blu-ray discs in Australia and New Zealand. The last new Disney DVD, Blu-ray, and UHD Blu-ray discs in both nations was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, released on August 1st. While consumers will be able to buy discs currently in stock, no new shipments from Disney's vast content library, including Star Wars, Marvel Studios, and their animated classics, will be forthcoming. And that comes to us from Forbes. Now, this is obviously in a world of first world problems. This is kind of sad. This is kind of sad, to be honest, because, I mean, look, physical media has been going downhill for a little while. Absolutely. Everyone's been saying it. Physical media is dying. Blu-rays, DVDs are not going to be around much longer. Streaming is the future. But up until this point, it's all kind of been words. It's all kind of been, yeah, someday down the line it will be that. Someday down the line, yes, physical media will die. But This is the first indication of it actually becoming a reality. This is the first time a studio is saying to a place, no more physical media. We're not going to do it anymore. And here's the thing, guys. It's not just Australia. It's not just going to be Australia. Disney did not just have a dartboard in their office and go, all right, we're not going to do Blu-rays in Australia, include New Zealand in that too. Like, no, they didn't do that. They didn't just randomly decide Australia is not going to get physical media anymore. They're the guinea pigs. Disney is using Australia as the guinea pigs to see how this saves them money. Because it does cost money to produce physical media copies. It does cost money. You pay people to make them, and then you got to ship them. There is money involved in that. And Disney is in a position right now where they are trying to be penny savers. They're trying to save every dollar that they can. And so they're starting with Australia. They're seeing how their sales, or taking away the sales of Blu-rays in Australia, is going to do for them in the long run. And here's the thing, guys. It's not going to be much longer before it's us too. Here's something interesting I found on whathighfive.com talking about physical media sales in the U.S. I pulled this from one of their articles. So Ultra HD Blu-ray is taking a larger share of that market. So talking about the physical media market, Ultra HD Blu-ray is doing the best of all of it at the moment, is what they're talking about. So Ultra HD Blu-ray is taking a larger share of that market, but there's no getting around the fact that the market is shrinking. UHD Blu-rays accounted for 13.4% of all video discs sold in the U.S. in the second quarter of 2022. That's the highest since the format launched, but this growth comes at the expense of regular Blu-ray discs. Monetarily speaking, U.S. video disc sales amount to $3.29 billion in 2019, $2.45 billion in 2020, and $1.97 billion in 2021. The first quarter of 2022 saw it drop another 19%. Plot these figures on a graph, and you can see where this might be heading. So I'll read that again. In 2019, the sales were $3.2 billion. Jumped to 2020, they went down to $2.4 billion, and jumped to 2021, they were at $1.9 billion. So the sales have just been declining. The sales for physical media have just been going down. And here's the thing. The pandemic definitely made that worse. Absolutely. I think it exponentially made the time of us losing physical media come much faster than it would have if the pandemic hadn't happened, because streaming really took over during the pandemic. People were not looking to go to stores. They couldn't go to stores. They couldn't even go out to, well, they could go to stores, but no one was looking to go to stores to buy physical media. We were all watching streaming shows and streaming services, and that's where the future of these companies want to go. And here's the thing. Right now, it's just Disney. It's just Disney telling Australia, no more physical media. It's just Disney saying that they're not going to produce that anymore in that one continent. And then one day, who knows? Tomorrow, 5 years from now, who knows when it's going to happen, but it is coming. Disney is going to say no more physical media copies made for North America. And the thing is that once Disney makes these decisions, if they start to see good effects from that, other studios are going to be looking at that. And I'm not saying that no one's going to make physical media anymore, but all the ones with streaming services, if Disney cancels making all physical media and all of a sudden their Disney Plus skyrockets because, hey, you want to watch Avengers Secret Wars? Guess what? This is the only place you can watch it. Ever. Disney Plus. No physical medias, nothing. You can only watch it on Disney Plus. And the other studios see those numbers climb, those subscribers climb. HBO Max, Warner Brothers, they're going to want a piece of that. No more physical media from Warner Brothers. Huh? Paramount Plus? Paramount? Hey, Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny? Nope. No physical media for you. You're going to live on Paramount Plus. Look, it's in the world of us physical media collectors, it sounds like a grim future. It sounds like a really bleak look at the future. And like I said, maybe this is years away. Maybe this is still 10 years away. But I'm telling you guys, Australia is just the start. This is coming. This is coming. And there's a real possibility we're not going to own Avengers Kang Dynasty, Avengers Secret Wars on Blu-ray or physical media at all because we won't be able to. What do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of the thought of physical media dying and going away? Are you a physical media collector? Does this really make you sad like me? Comment down below. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions. Do you live in Australia? Has it already affected you? Let me know. All right, guys. Let's go on and take the rest of your comments and questions for the rest of the night and see what you guys are saying about all this. All right, here we go. Travis Mitchell. Gal Gadot was in Wreck-It Ralph 2, essentially playing her Fast and Furious character. Thank you. That's what I was trying to think of. You're right. She was in Wreck-It Ralph 2. Derpy Entertainment. What's going on, Derpy? Thanks for joining us tonight, man. I'm here for the quality t-shirt content. I'm here for the quality t-shirt content that this amazing creator is wearing. Oh, the Star Wars shirt? You like the Star Wars shirt? Thanks, man. Yeah, I liked it too. I bought it. Actually, this might have been a gift. I can't remember, but this is one of my favorite shirts. I love this shirt. Thanks, man. Preston Reviews. Did you hear that the writers sometime this week are having talks with writers and actors? Yep, I did. I think you mean the studios or going back to the negotiation tables. Yep, I believe that's supposed to happen on Friday, I believe is what I read. And hopefully it turns out well, man. Hopefully it turns out well. Preston Reviews. If they keep Suicide Squad, they might have to bring Ben because he was in that one scene, so they just need to reboot it all. Yeah, see, it's just a mess. It's just confusing. Just crazy. 80s kid from the 90s. Well, it's time for me to go. See you Saturday. Happy trails. Well, I mean, you'll see me Saturday if you become a member on the $6.99 tier, because then we'll be having you on for Members Talk Live. We'll be talking face-to-face. Very excited about that. If you guys want to join, the link is in the description below. The tier breakdown is all there. You can join for any tier. $2.99, you can just watch the show live and participate in the chat. But if you want to join me on camera, if you want to have access to the StreamYard link, join that $6.99 tier. Become a Members Talk Live tier, man. I'd love to have you there. I'd love to see you Saturday. And have a good night, 80s kid from the 90s. The show is made better because you were a part of it. And I appreciate you, man. Have a good night. Nathan's Random Movies. Do you think Disney will screw up Deadpool 3 and Daredevil Born Again? I mean, it's funny how we just immediately blame Disney. You know, like, I mean, I understand it. Disney is the overhead. Disney is the overall boss. It is the entity, so to speak, for these projects. And if they go well, then we're like, yeah, Ryan Reynolds, yeah, Sean Levy, you guys did it. You made Deadpool 3 awesome. And if Deadpool 3 goes terrible, it's all Disney ruined it. Look, I think that the fact that Disney has given Deadpool 3 a full R rating, the fact that the writers of Deadpool 3 have come out themselves and said, hey, we've got no notes. Disney is not giving us any restrictions on what we can and can't do in Deadpool 3. The fact that they're doing that with Deadpool 3, I think Disney is doing all that they can, at least of my knowledge of what I know. It sounds like Disney is doing all that they can to make sure that Deadpool 3 succeeds, feels consistent with the rest of the Deadpool movies, and so for that reason, if Deadpool 3 turns out terrible, I'm not gonna blame Disney all that much. Daredevil is a little bit different, because I feel like that might be a little bit more controlled by Disney, but I don't know what they're planning on doing with Daredevil, and I haven't watched the Netflix series, so I honestly don't know what they'll do or what they won't do with Daredevil. But as far as Deadpool 3 goes, I feel like no matter how it turns out, I don't think we should give Disney that much of the blame. See for yourself, one of our beloved channel members, dude. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a channel member, man. I appreciate you. Mutant Mayhem is fantastic, dude. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to. It was so much fun. Mr. Teach Film Preach Reviews. What is a video game that you enjoy that you would like to see adapted into a film? Yeah, I'm not a big video game person. Can I say The Simpsons Hit and Run? Because that's like the last video game that I really remember playing. Or, I mean, like, I played it again recently. I found it at like a pawn shop, and I own it, so I was feeling nostalgic. But, yeah, I don't play too many video games, to be honest with you, so I don't really know. I don't know. I appreciate the question, though. Here we go. Preston Reviews gives us his top 5 DCEUs. Okay, his number 5 is Man of Steel. Number 4 is Black Adam. Nice, that's pretty high. 3 is Shazam. 2 is Batman vs. Superman. And 1 is The Flash. So, hot takes. Yeah, I mean, I think that Shazam is actually my number 3 or 4 as well. Black Adam's not in there, to be honest. I don't think Batman vs. Superman's in there. Yeah, I have that lower. I did a DCEU ranking a little while back. I don't remember what my full ranking was, but I think The Flash would probably come in at number 3 at this point. Number 3 or number 4. That's awesome, man. I like that list. Travis Mitchell, Rocket and Wolverine soundtrack. Cuts like a knife, heaven, everything I do, Bryan Adams, Tom Sawyer, Rush, pinch me, $1,000,000, bare naked ladies. $1,000,000. I like that one. I want that one, man. That's a good one. Toxic Gamer 331, Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom. I'm not excited to see it. Yeah, see, that's another thing about the DC. Like, Aquaman made $1 billion back in 2018. $1 billion back in 2018. It was the DCEU's biggest success. It's not gonna happen with Aquaman 2. I mean, maybe I'm just pessimistic. I've been wrong before. Maybe this is another time I'll be wrong again. I think Aquaman 2 is going to be a real indicator of just how much the audience doesn't care about this franchise or this brand at this moment. Aquaman 2 is not going anywhere near $1 billion. I don't believe it. I think Aquaman 2 would be lucky to hit 600 million. Maybe 700 million. But it also depends how the movie is. If the movie's good, if the movie's trash, and then things alter and change. But I'm not very excited for Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom. I didn't even really love the first one. Like, I think the first Aquaman is fine. Like, I don't love it that much, but yeah, some people really do love it. So we'll see what happens. Travis Mitchell responded to Preston reviews, so I'm just gonna move on. Nathan's Random Movies. What is your most anticipated upcoming Star Wars project? If I had to pick one, because honestly, I'm not that stoked for very many. Probably the James Mangold movie. I think the James Mangold, going back in time, going back to like thousands and thousands of years to the origins of the Jedi, and James Mangold at the helm of that, I think that could be a really cool movie. I think that could be really awesome. I'm fine with the Rey movie. I'm not gonna say like I'm super excited for it, because I feel like Rey as a character got less interesting as the sequel trilogy went on. Unfortunately, I thought she started off pretty strong. I liked the Rey character in the first one, and then I was kind of like, okay, Last Jedi is doing some stuff with her. We'll see where it ends up in the third one. And then Rise of Skywalker was just like, no, fart fest. Not good. So I'm not that excited for a Rey movie at the moment. But Mandalorian also, the Dave Filoni Mandalorian movie, where it's like all the things coming together. I don't know why they're doing that theatrically. I don't know. Business-wise, maybe they have more analytics and they're smarter than me to see the future for that. I think it's a mistake. You're going to take a bunch of stuff on Disney Plus, Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka. I mean, I can't speak for Ahsoka, but like the ratings for those shows haven't been great. Mandalorian season 3 dropped ratings exponentially this season. So the fact that you're going to now make people go to the big screen to watch this, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to do well for them. But yeah, I'll say the James Mangold project for now. Preston Reviews, have you watched The Iron Giant? Because I love it. I love The Iron Giant. Love The Iron Giant. Yeah, I watched that as a kid all the time. And I watched it recently. Well, not recently. I think the last time I watched that, I was like 17, maybe 18 years old. I thought it held up. I really liked that movie. Travis Mitchell, between Fast 10, Dead Reckoning Part 1, Across the Spider-Verse, and Dune, I fear 2024 may be the year of Part 2s that didn't happen. That's awesome. I like that. Hopefully it doesn't come to that, man. Toxic Gamer 331. Zach, what are some of your favorite video games you love to play? Like I said, I'm not really a big video game person. I can tell you, like, in the past, like when I loved Star Wars Battlefront 2. Loved that game. I loved the Crash Bandicoot games when I was younger. Wrath of Cortex on the GameCube. I played that endlessly. I loved the I had SpongeBob Battle of Bikini Bottom. I don't know if anyone knows what game I'm referring to. I played that for hours. I loved that as a kid. Simpsons Hit and Run, of course, was in there. Super Mario, the classic Super Mario's, like on the old Nintendo 64. I played that a lot. Mario Kart I played with my friends when I could. I played a little bit of Left 4 Dead. That was like the only zombie game I really got into was Left 4 Dead 2. To be specific, but yeah, there wasn't very many video games. A lot of them were shoot 'em ups and gory and stuff like that my parents didn't really allow me to have in the house, and I wasn't really all that interested in video games growing up. I just liked watching TV and watching movies. They held my attention more, as weird as that sounds. Spoiler Kings, Kraven looked pretty bad. Yeah, man. The minute that they dropped the lion's blood into his bloodstream and he got mutated powers from a lion, I was out. I was done. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you for real? That's what you're doing? That's what you're doing to this character? Yeah, not a fan. Aaron Austin, what's going on, Austin? Thanks for joining us tonight, man. Yo back to you, man. Spoiler Kings. Now they got time to fix it and blame the strikes. Yeah, that's what they'll do. Is they'll fix it and then it'll come out horrible and they'll be like, "Well, the writer's strike affected the movie heavily." That's so funny. Aaron Austin. Spoiler: the Craven trailer looked retry good. Retry good. Really good. The Craven trailer looked really good. You thought it looked really good? Is that what you're saying, Austin? I'm sorry. I lost in textlation. I'm sorry, man. Nathan's random movies. Are you looking forward to Joker? Folie à deux? Honestly, yes. Because I'm very, very curious to see what they're doing with that movie. Because Joker from 2019 totally came out of left field. It made $1 billion. No one saw that coming. I really enjoyed it. But it was strictly a one and done. That's what they all said. Joaquin Phoenix signed up for a one and done. The director was a one and done. And then it won Oscars and it made $1 billion. And now all of a sudden we're getting a sequel. And the fact that they're like, all right, you want a sequel? We're going to make it a musical. The fact that they're going so bonkers with it, with a movie that was never intended to be made, as far as we've been told publicly, it was never on their minds to do another one. And now they're doing another one and they're going to make it a musical. I think this is going to be like the first musical comic book movie of all time, right? I don't think there's another comic book movie that's a musical. At least not that I've seen. So I'm very curious to see how that works in the medium. I'm very curious to see how they pull it off. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Joker. Folie à deux. Preston reviews by the time Craven comes out, I'll be able to drive there. That's awesome, dude. I mean, I remember the first time I ever drove up to the movie theater by myself. I think if I remember correctly, it was for, let's see here, it would have been 2018. No, it would have been 2017. I think it was Baby Driver. I think it was either Spider-Man Homecoming or Baby Driver that I first drove up to the movie theater for the first time by myself because I had my license. It was awesome. It's so liberating to just like get in the car and, hey, I'm going to go see a movie and go up there, not ask your parents for a ride, not try to figure out the bus schedule. The fact that you could just get in the car and go to any movie you wanted to go to at any time. Man, I remember that feeling the first time. That was so liberating, man. I'm excited for you to have that. I mean, the fact that going up to Craven for the might ruin it. I mean, who knows? Maybe the movie will be awesome. But when you can drive, maybe try to make sure you pick a really good movie for your first experience so you don't regret it. Toxic Gamer 331, probably the El Mutro movie got delayed too. I don't even know if that's happening anymore. Honestly, I don't even know if that's happening anymore. Wow, we got a lot of comments and questions to still go through. Oh my gosh, wow. All right, we're going to go through these a little bit faster. Aaron Austin, whoever said Matrix 1 was okay needs an eye exam. Oh, my goodness, man. Little harsh. Everyone has their opinions, but I get it. Dark Movies, I said I'll be thinking about it, and here we go. I'm a member now. Dude, I really appreciate it, man. Welcome to the members. So thankful. So happy to have you here, man. It's going to be, I hope that it's going to be a great time for you guys because I'm super excited. I'm going to have a lot of fun. Toxic Gamer 331, Prey was oh so great. I loved Prey. One of my favorite movies of the year that it came out. Toxic Gamer 331, what are your specific movies you will never see, Zach? I have no interest in watching Saw. I mean, maybe the first one, because I hear the first one is actually like a good movie, but torture porn, I don't really like that. I don't really like saying that either, but like I don't really like the concept of those kind of movies, so I don't want to watch that. And like, what's that? Centipede, the Human Centipede. I'm never watching the Human Centipede. I have less than zero interest in watching the Human Centipede. So there's a couple for you right there. See for yourself. Prey was fantastic. Completely agree. I love it. 80s kid, maybe the 80s movie lovers fan. That might be too long though. The 80s movie lovers isn't too bad. Nathan's Random Movies. Are you excited for Captain America New World Order with Harrison Ford and the Incredible Hulk characters returning? I wish I was more excited, to be honest with you, but I just, with the state that the MCU is in, I'm just like kind of like worried. I just feel worried, you know? Like Falcon and Winter Soldier set up, I thought they set up well enough with Falcon and Winter Soldier where Captain America could go, but yeah, the Incredible Hulk characters coming in there, never interacting with Sam before, not really quite sure how that's going to go, how that's going to play. And yeah, just with how the MCU quality has been, I can't help but be a little bit skeptical. But I hope I love it. It's just the Captain America trilogy, First Avenger, into Winter Soldier, into Civil War, just got better and better and better as they went along. I don't feel like that trend is going to continue with New World Order. And I think they're calling it Brave New World now, right? I think the title got changed. See for yourself, Lord. I've got videos I put out a month ago that I can't look at anymore, dude. No, I'm in the same boat, man. I've definitely felt that way. I think that's natural. I think that's normal for creators, because the thing with me is that I watch the videos. And hindsight is 2020. I look at every imperfection and I'm like, oh, I could have done that better. I should have zoomed in here. I should have done that. I should have put up a graphic here. Why am I talking so long without a graphic? Like, you just get in your head and you critique. That's one of the big problems I have with watching my old stuff. Dark Movies. Got some ideas for some videos, except for updates, ranking, or reviews. Ideas for some videos. I mean, one thing that I used to do was like 5 things I want to see in an upcoming project I was really excited for. I haven't done that in a little bit, but that's kind of fun. Just think of... yeah, it's hard. You just kind of have to get your creative juices flowing. You got to just think of some stuff. Maybe see what other people are doing that you're not doing, and maybe give it a try, or maybe tweak it, try it a little bit differently. One thing that I thought was really cool that some people do, I don't document Letterboxd enough for me to do these kind of videos, but people like go through their diary of Letterboxd of what they watched in a month, like everything, like not just the new movies, but like old movies that they watched for the first time, and they just go through their Letterboxd and talk about all the movies. That could be a fun video that you could try doing if you have Letterboxd. See for yourself. If you're an 80s kid from the 90s, why not call your fans the McFly? Ooh, the McFlys. Yes, dude. If 80s kid from the 90s isn't here, I don't think he is. I think he left. I hope he watches the replay, and I hope he hears that, because that is brilliant. The McFlys. I love it. Preston Reviews. Most anticipated movie for the rest of the year, because for me it's Five Nights at Freddy's. For the rest of the year, there's a lot that's already come out that I've really wanted to see, and some stuff got moved. Maybe the Marvels. Maybe the Marvels for now. That's all I can think of at the moment. See for yourself. The Marvels looks fun, but not exactly something I think I'll be talking about much after I see it. Fair enough, man. I honestly, I think that's fair. I think I kind of feel the same way. Dark Movies. Hope to talk to you on Saturday, but for now I gotta go to sleep because it's 5:40 a.m. in the morning right now. So yeah, wow, 5:40 in the morning, dude. I appreciate you being here that early or that late, however you see it for yourself, man. That means a lot to me that you even stopped by and hung out for as long as you did for the show, because right now it's only 9 p.m. for me here, but that is really late. That's really early for you, so I appreciate it so much, dude. The show was made better because you were a part of it. I appreciate you. Have a good night, Dark Movies, and thank you again for becoming a member, dude. I'm excited to talk with you more. See for yourself. My favorite theater, the Riverview, is fully closed because of the pandemic. Still hurts. I still remember watching Captain America Winter Soldier there for the first time, and then 3 more times after that. I loved Winter Soldier. I never thought I was going to love Civil War more than Winter Soldier, but that ended up happening. And man, those Cap movies are so good. Yeah, some theaters did not survive the pandemic. It's sad. I mean, a lot of small businesses didn't survive the pandemic, but yeah, it's sad, man. I'm sorry to hear that. That's really disappointing. Luckily, my theater didn't close down, because otherwise I would be out of business. I literally have no other theater in town besides the one. Dark Movie says, have a fantastic day/night. You too, man. You too. Travis Mitchell, I'd argue that the 90s Turtles film is the best pre-2000s comic book movie period. The best 2000... that's an interesting one, because you got Batman 89 in there. You got... Or are we talking just the 90s? Like we're just talking about the comic book movies in the 90s, because you have Superman the movie in 77, you got Batman 89, you do have X-Men, the first X-Men in 99, Blade in 98. I don't know, it's up there though. I think it's up there. It might be in my top 5 if I went through them and looked at them all. That's a really interesting observation, man. Aaron Austin, most writers only make $70,000 a year, and that's not enough for LA or California. No anywhere out west in the States. Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous. And the fact that they want to like cut them down even more. I mean, I'm gonna butcher all these descriptions, but like the mini rooms and all that kind of stuff, like they want to pay the writers less for doing the same amount of work. It's just ridiculous. I hope they get it sorted out. See for yourself says exactly, Zach. No writers, no movies. Yep, no shows, no nothing. Exactly. Nathan's Random Movies. What is your favorite distribution studio? Mine is Universal. It would have been Disney, but not in its current state. Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers has been doing pretty well. Probably Warner Brothers, I think, at the moment. Toxic Gamer 331. Yeah, it's stupid. They treat some of the writers like dirt. Yeah, it's disgusting. Spoiler Kings 100%, Zach. Read comics. I have no interest in the Lando show. I don't have much, to be honest. Like, I'm not going to lie and say that I'm really anticipating it. But now that Donald Glover is involved a little bit more, maybe. Toxic Gamer 331. I'm a head out now, Zach, and everyone. Always fun hanging with you guys. Oh, by the way, Spoiler Kings, congrats on 1,000 subscribers. And Zach, I hope your membership goes well. See you guys. Pizza. Well, thank you for joining us tonight, Toxic Gamer 331. The show is made better because you were a part of it, and I appreciate you. And yeah, Spoiler Kings, 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations, guys. That's amazing. See for yourself. I wonder when the Glovers signed that contract. I shouldn't think they do that during the strike. DJ had more sense than that, I think. Yeah, see, that's what I was talking about, is like the fact that this article came out and the headline is just like Donald Glover is going to write Lando in the middle of a writer's strike and an actor's strike. It's terrible timing. It's a bad look. But the fact that the article said that they've been secretly working on it for months now, I think they're reporting something that happened months ago because they probably don't have any other news to report in the industry. So let's hope for that. Let's hope that that's what they're talking about. Because, yeah, I would hate for them to cross the picket line for that. Derpy Entertainment. I watched Solo for 5 minutes and turned it off. Yeah, Solo is the ugliest looking Star Wars. I'll just say it. Star Wars, the ugliest looking Star Wars movie is Solo: A Star Wars Story. It's just gray and dark the entire time. And don't even get me started on how Han Solo got his name. Not a fan. Aaron Austin, Donald Glover is the only reason I'm interested in Lando. Otherwise, I could care less. Let's see something new. I'm right on the same page with you, man. I completely agree. See for yourself. Solid. Solo was solid. Not great. Not terrible. Solid. Yeah, for me, it was just kind of forgettable. I wasn't really into it. Did someone say Dong Lover? Did I say Dong Lover? I hope I didn't. That's hilarious if I did, though. Travis Mitchell, it's weird that Donald Glover is only 3 years younger than Billy D. Williams was in Empire and will likely be older than Billy once his show releases. I think it should be post-original trilogy. That's a good point. I never really thought about that. That's actually a really good point. I don't think it will matter in the long run because he looks young enough to still be the Lando around that time, but that's funny. See for yourself. Donald Glover more than proved himself with Atlanta. Yeah, I hear really good things about Atlanta. I gotta get in that. Spoiler Kings, poor Aussies. That really does suck. Yeah, man, my heart goes out to our physical media loving brothers over there. Travis Mitchell, in canon, Lando's daughter was kidnapped by the First Order, hence why he stopped fighting. A post-Jedi series with Glover playing older Lando raising his daughter could be really nice. Huh, interesting. That would be a different look for the character for sure. I don't think that's what they probably would be doing, but I'd be interested. Michael 101591. What's going on, Michael 101591? Thanks for joining us tonight, dude. Watch here in the U.S. Disney will stop releasing physical media here. This is why they suck. I really do think it's coming. I think it's coming pretty soon. Read comics. I'm going to have to get international imports for discs because I want to collect the MCU. Yeah, I'm still dying to get the shows. Like, I don't even love all the shows. The only one I really don't like is She-Hulk. That's the one I would say I just don't like. All the other ones have been fine to good. I want WandaVision. I want Ms. Marvel. I want Falcon Winter Soldier. I want Loki. I need to complete them. I'm a completionist. I want the full MCU on my shelf. Well, at least the Disney Plus shows. They're never going to do that now. Are you going to see TMT Mutant? I already did see Mutant Mayhem. I've got a review up on the channel right now, actually, if you want to go check that out. I really enjoyed it. See for yourself. There's a great movie idea in that Australia story. The final shipment of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 Blu-ray lands in Australia, then the apocalypse happens, and now Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is the last movie ever seen. 100 years pass. Wow, they went deep with that, dude. I'd be down for that. It's ironic that it's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 because now when that movie ends and Dog Days Are Over starts playing, it's going to hit on 2 different levels for those Australians, I tell you. Aaron Austin, Zach, how many DVDs do you buy a year? I buy at least 6 to 10 depending on the year, with a bulk of that coming from Black Friday sales. Goodness gracious, in a year? I honestly don't know. I mean, definitely more than that because I picked up 10 titles on the weekend. I picked up 10 movies on the weekend. I like to go to thrift stores and pawn shops the most. I don't buy every new movie that comes out right away. I still want to go pick up Guardians Volume 3, though. I haven't picked that up yet. But, man, I don't know. I can see you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I've bought at least 40 in the last 2 months. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. Trev's movies. I hope physical media doesn't die because I still collect them. Just because it's on streaming doesn't mean it'll always be there. Also, 4K Blu-ray picture and audio is much better than streaming services. I agree 100%, but the studios don't care. The studios just want to make money, and the best way that they can make money and control their product is to put it on streaming, and that's why it sucks. That's why I am a spokesperson for physical media. Get your physical media. It is worth it. Plus, Disney Plus has already proven if you're not watching the show and it's not making them any money, they'll just dump it and you'll never, ever see it again. All those fans of Willow Season 1, if there are fans of Willow Season 1, I feel so bad for them. The show is just gone. It's just gone forever. They're not doing a physical media release. They'll never be able to watch it again unless Disney Plus decides, all right, we'll put it back up. But until that time happens, Willow Season 1, gone forever. And it sucks. Trev's movies. Also, you don't need good internet for physical media. That's very true. And physical media comes in handy the most when you move and you don't have the internet yet, because then you can watch all the movies you want. Nathan's Random Movies. I'm going to call it a night, Zach. Great stream. Good night. Well, thank you for being here tonight, man. The show was made better because you were part of it, Nathan, and I appreciate you. Have a good night, my friend. See for yourself. See for yourself. And now a religious section called The Guardians treat the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 like the Bible. Oh, this is 100 years past, and now a religious section called The Guardians treat the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 like the Bible and all the disciples of the Great Rocket Raccoon, written and directed by Taika Waititi. That sounds hilarious, honestly. Read comics. Also, not everyone has Disney Plus. This is stupid. Yes, read comics, but this is how they get everyone to get Disney Plus. That's what they want to do. That's the greed that they have. Is they just want to eliminate your access to get any other content anywhere else, so that you have to have Disney Plus. That's what they're doing. Make no mistake about it. That's what they're doing. Preston Reviews. By the time I'm a parent, it'll just be streaming and no movie theaters. Dude, no. The world cannot get that grim. Movie theaters are still very effective. Movie theaters are still, like, people tried doing the whole streaming thing during the pandemic. People thought, oh, we'll just put everything on streaming now. And it did not go the way they thought it would. Studios lost hundreds of millions of dollars by doing that. No, the movie theaters will be around for a very, very long time. The studios need the movie theaters, and the movie theaters need the studios. Trev's movies. I've also found out recently that it's easier to remember a movie when it's released in theaters or Blu-ray than if it's on streaming. There have been studies done about that, where if you see a movie in theaters, it is more memorable than on streaming. And I think it's true, because They Clone Tyrone was a really good movie that was on Netflix. I watched it on Netflix, and I haven't really thought about it. Same with Flamin' Hot. I really liked Flamin' Hot on Disney Plus, and I haven't really thought too much about that. But I still remember the movies I saw in theaters, like Mutant Mayhem. I remember The Flash. I remember Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret would probably be removed from my brain by now if it was on streaming, but because I saw it in theaters, it left an impact. Michael 101591. I will always be a physical media collector because sometimes they take stuff off of streaming. That's another thing. Yeah, absolutely. The fact that they can control what you have and what you don't have, not good. I don't like that at all. Trev's movies. My top 10 worst movies of the year so far. Number 10, She Came from the Woods. Number 9, Love Again. It's bad, but hilariously bad. Number 8, You People. I heard terrible things about You People. Number 7, That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. That sounds awesome. Number 6, 65. Number 5, About My Father. Number 4, Mafia Mia. Number 3, Ruby Gilman, Teenage Kraken. Number 2, I Do. And number 1, Marlowe. I have not seen any of those movies. And it sounds like I shouldn't. So thank you for telling me what to avoid, man. Jason Entertainment. Hey, Zach, my man. How are you doing? Well, welcome, Jason Entertainment. Thanks for being here tonight, dude. Congratulations on the channel memberships and for this new step on your channel. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. I'm very excited. I mean, it's a risk. I understand that it's a risk. I've been thinking about it. I've been plotting it out. I've been honestly, like, working on this for over a month. You guys have no idea how much I have stressed about it or worked on it and just thought about it and talked it over with people. I feel good about it. I feel really good about it for 2 reasons. I feel good about it because it's not content that's taking away anything from the channel. It's only going to give you guys more. Like, I don't want to become this channel that's like, hey, if you want to see this, if you want this, pay me. Like, that's not my intention whatsoever. But there have been a lot of people that have come through in my messages, in my comments, like on Twitter, on Instagram, people email me even. They ask if like I can do something with them, if they can come on the show, if I can go on their channel, and I just don't have all the time in the world to do that. So I wanted to do something. What Members Talk Live is designed to do is to expand the connection in this community by talking face to face, by having conversations, by having people on the show, and because it's on channel memberships, I can't just put the StreamYard link out there for anybody. You know, I'm going to get a troll. I'm going to get someone who does something super inappropriate. I'm going to get my channel demonetized the minute that I put that StreamYard link out there, because someone could potentially do anything that they want to. But if I have channel memberships, if I have people who like the channel, who want to support me, want to support the channel, and they are going to pay to come on and to do so, then they're not going to troll me. They're not going to do anything rude. They're not going to, or the chances lessen of them doing something rude, doing something inappropriate on camera. And I just get to know you guys more. And those people who want to talk with me on camera, who want to do shows with me, that I don't have time to get to every single one of them, this is their opportunity, and this is my opportunity to get to do this with them. So I feel really good about it. I'm really excited. It could crash and burn. It could be really great. But you know what? Life without risks is nothing. So I know it's a risk. I know it's a big step for the channel, but I feel really good about it, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it. I think I want to deliver the best show that I can, and the best topics, and have the most fun with you guys, make it really worth your while, and I'm just excited to do that. Average Viewer Films, what's going on? Thank you for joining us, Average Viewer Films. By the way, guys, Average Viewer Films is on Instagram. They post their letterbox reviews on Instagram over there. You should go check out their Instagram, Average Viewer Films. I like their takes. Daredevil Born Again is shooting for a TVMA rating. Yep, that's good. See, Disney knows what the fans want. Michael 101 thoughts on Gran Turismo film coming out. Well, I think it's stupid that they pushed it back 2 weeks and they were like, oh, the actors can't promote it, but you can. It's like, no, I'm not promoting your movie because you pushed it back 2 weeks. But I have some people, I think Zack Attack's Reviews saw it, and he posted on Twitter that it wasn't too bad, so I'll check it out. Jason Entertainment, I have a friend that saw Gran Turismo, and apparently we might have a sleeper hit. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing from people who have seen it. Trev's Movies, Gran Turismo was Regal's Monday Mystery Movie a couple weeks ago. It was actually pretty good. I think that's how Zack Attack saw it, too. And yeah, that's what I've been hearing. I've been hearing it's actually pretty decent. So I'll check it out. Preston Reviews, Batman vs. Superman might be nostalgic because it was the second superhero I watched after Winter Soldier. Wow, that's crazy. The second superhero movie you watched. Wow. Different lives, man. Different lives. See for yourself. The first Aquaman is toneless and awkward. I agree with a lot of that, to be honest. Seaside Movies. What's going on, Seaside Movies? Thanks for joining us tonight, dude. Where does TMNT rank in your list of animated movies this year? To me, it's number 2 right behind Spider-Verse. I agree with that. I think I said that earlier, too. That's exactly where I have it as well. See for yourself. OMG, Crash Bandicoot 2, Wrath of Cortex is my favorite video game. Nice, dude. That's a fun one. I really enjoyed that one. And I like when they revamped all the original Crash Bandicoot games and put them on to the PlayStation. That was awesome, too. Trev's Movies. Zach, have you watched Zoe 102 yet? No, I haven't. I've never seen the show, and I'm planning on watching it blind and going to try my best to give a review on it. The same goes for the Miraculous movie on Netflix. I want to watch Zoe 102. I have plans to watch Zoe 102. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. There has been no buzz on Zoe 102. My wife and I, we were talking about maybe doing a movie commentary on Zoe 102 because we both grew up with the show, so we thought it could be fun. But it's been like crickets. It has been tumbleweeds tumbling over. No one cares about Zoe 102. I feel bad for the cast. But I'm interested in looking at it, so I want to watch it, and I will watch it eventually. Preston Reviews, I just followed you in Letterboxd. Thanks, man. I don't post on there too often. I kind of forget about it, but I try to. Read Comics, the first time I drove to a cinema by myself was for Captain Marvel, and it was great. I like Captain Marvel. I think Captain Marvel gets too much hate, to be honest with you. I don't think it's that bad of a movie. Preston Reviews, my cousin is going to take me to Five Nights because he just got his license. Nice, dude. That's going to be a fun night. I'm excited for you guys. Trev's Movies, what about Terrifier? Terrifier 2 is a legit good movie, but graphic as hell. I saw Terrifier. I saw the first one. I thought it was gross and stuff, but it was also kind of funny. I watched it at like 2 a.m. with my friends though, so I might have been laughing at stuff because I was deliriously tired. But Terrifier 2, I don't really have much interest in. Not that I would never watch it. I just don't really have much interest in watching it, just based on what I hear. Preston Reviews, I might take a break in a little because I'm not watching many movies. I might take a break in a little because I'm not watching many movies. Yeah, that's fine. That's okay, man. That's okay. Press reviews after Blue Beetle. I'm taking a break until the Expendables 4 or the creator. Oh, that's what you mean. Okay, I thought you meant you're taking a break from the show because you're not watching a movie right now. I understand what you mean now. After Blue Beetle, I'm taking a break until the Expendables 4. When does the Expendables 4 come out? That's not even this year. Wait, is Expendables 4 coming out this year? Does it come out this year? I have no idea when Expendables 4 comes out. But the creator is this year, is it not? That's crazy. Chillmonger, what's going on, Chillmonger? Thanks for joining us tonight, my guy. If you ask me, no business should have been forced to close, but that's another story. I agree, man. I agree. Seaside Movies, watching while editing my Nolan ranking. Great stuff, Zach. Well, thank you so much for joining us, man. I'm glad that we can keep you company as you edit that, and I'm looking forward to seeing that ranking, man. I'm looking forward to checking out that video. Trev's Movies. Hey, Zach, I got a weird question. I started YouTube back in January. Well, congratulations, first of all, taking the plunge, because it's bold. It takes a bold step to do YouTube. And anyone that decides to do it and actually sits down, films a video, and puts it up on the internet, I commend you. That's awesome. Not everyone can do that. It's a tough thing to do, and I'm proud of you for doing that, man. So you started back in January, and I've seen a couple of your videos. Yep. What is your opinion on them? I can take criticism, and I'm fully aware my audio is terrible. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is I could tell you're starting. I could tell you were starting. Absolutely. But just work at finding something in a video that in your next video you can make better. That would be my advice to you is watch your videos back. Always watch your videos back. And watch them as a viewer. Watch them as a viewer and look at something that you can improve. And it doesn't have to be something expensive. Like, I don't know what you record on. I assume it's your phone. So phones are usually pretty good. You don't have to invest in a mic, a solid mic just yet. This mic actually that I'm using right now is only like $50. It's not the greatest quality ever, but it gets the job done. And it's what I was able to afford at the time. And I wanted a mic that could connect to the PC as well as my phone, so I could use it for both recordings. And this is a mic that did that, and it was only like $50. So I would watch your videos back all the time as a viewer and look at something that you could improve. Whether it's an angle, whether it's how high whether it's you're watching your video back and you're like, you know what? I don't like how my head is framed. I feel like my head's too high and you're seeing too much of my chest. I feel like I need to adjust that angle or something like that, you know? That would be my advice to you at the moment. And I would also say don't stress about getting amazing off the start. What you should be focusing on, or what I would advise you to do, is to just work on getting comfortable in front of the camera, finding your voice, and just trying to make each video the best that you can make it at the time. Because I've been doing this for 4.5 years. I've had the live show for about 1.5 years now. If you go into the Zach Milne Talks Live playlist and go look at my Spider-Man No Way Home trailer talk, my very first live show I ever did on my own. It's awful. It's terrible. It is terrible looking. I look like I'm plastered in makeup because I got the lighting wrong. It looks like I'm using a filter. It looks awful. And I watched that back. I wasn't happy with it. And I tried to improve on little things at a time as I went on. So that would be my advice to you. And just keep making videos, dude. Just keep making them. People get discouraged. People think these aren't turning out the way that I want them to turn out. I'm not looking like the professionals on YouTube, and they give up. Don't do that. Don't do that. Keep making videos. Keep working at it. Keep having fun. Find other people that are around the same size as you. Comment on their videos. Gather up a community. Talk to each other. Give each other advice. Give each other some pointers on what you think they could be doing better, what you could be doing better. And just have fun with it. Just have a lot of fun with it, dude. That would be what I would say to you in this time. Preston Reviews, have you watched We're the Millers? It's so funny. It is so funny. I love that movie. I just bought it the other day, actually. I love that movie. Preston Reviews, have you seen Central Intelligence? It is awesome. Not a huge fan of it, but I do like it. I watched it again recently, and I thought there was some funny stuff in it. Read Comics, keep an eye out for my video on the best Australian movies in a few weeks. All right, man. I'm looking forward to that. Preston Reviews, Back to the Future is my number 12. It is peak of the 80s. That's my number one. It's my number one favorite 80s movie for sure, and my favorite movie of all time. Read comics. As an Aussie, this is infuriating. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I am sorry that you're dealing with that, dude. Like, honestly, like, I know that there are tons of worse things going on in the world, absolutely. But in this little community that we're in right now, we're talking about movies. We love movies. We like collecting movies. And I'm honestly, my heart breaks for your situation, dude. I'm really sorry. I hope that they reverse it. But I'm sorry, man. Chillmonger, easy to remember because a theater movie has more marketing. That's very true as well. Netflix doesn't market anything. I only knew You Clone Tyrone was coming out because I follow Sully streams on Twitter. That's the only way I knew that movie was coming out. Preston reviews. Zach, is it just me or do you cry in the furnace scene in Toy Story 3? Oh, I definitely cried when I saw it in theaters. When I first saw it. Oh, no. Actually, I don't know if that scene got me to cry. It was when Andy was playing with the toys for the final time with Bonnie. That's the scene that broke me. That scene made me cry when I was like, what is that, 2000? I was like 12 maybe. Trev's movies. When it comes to movies on streaming this year, I've only watched like 2 or 3. Of course, Nimona. I loved Nimona. Extraction 2 was great, and You People was the only other one I watched. Yeah, I would recommend You Cloned Tyrone. Add You Cloned, or they, not you. Add They Cloned Tyrone to your list, man. I think you'd enjoy it. Michael 101591. Did you know the 80s Ninja Turtles are rerunning on Nicktoons? It's awesome. The 80s cartoon is being shown again. I feel like there is a resurge of Turtles because of Mutant Mayhem. I don't have Nickelodeon in Canada, or I don't have cable at all, so I don't know. I'm assuming that's the States. But yeah, that's awesome if a new generation's finding the 80s Turtles like I found the 80s Turtles when I was in the 2000s, because I didn't grow up in the 80s. I watched the reruns as well, but they're great. Especially as a kid, I loved them. Preston reviews. I just finished my top 120 movies slideshow. Now just time to number them, then film, then edit, then post. Nice, dude. That's exciting. I'm looking forward to checking that out. Preston reviews. September 22nd is Expendables 4. Really? This year, September 22nd is Expendables 4. I had no idea. that movie was coming out. Oh, yeah, yikes. Preston reviews. Pixels is the 7th movie of all time. It made me love 80s comedy movies and comedy games, and it was number 1 for a very long time. Its comedy's okay, but I love it because 80s, and it makes me have nostalgia. That's fair, man. That's fair. I thought Pixels had a really cool, a really, really great concept. I didn't think it was executed the best, in my opinion. I was kind of disappointed with it. Seaside Movies. Thoughts on Singing in the Rain. One of my all-time favorites. It's the first film I ever made a video on. I love Singing in the Rain, dude. I love that movie. What I love about that movie that I was not expecting going into is it's really funny. I loved... I didn't know anything about the plot, so the fact that the plot was about the time when the movies were transitioning from the silent films to the talkies, and you had this silent film star who sounded terrible. Like, she had this really high squeaky voice or whatever it was, and she just like sounded awful on film when the talkies came in. That whole plot made me laugh out loud. It was hilarious, and the tap dancing sequence was incredible. The music, like, yeah, incredible movie. I love that movie. Such a good movie. Trev's movies. I do record with my phone, and I'm hoping to buy actual equipment at some point. I love what I'm doing, whether it be movie reviews or videos I do called Trev Watches. That's the most important thing, dude, is you love what you're doing, and you love the videos that you're doing at the moment. It's a journey. It's a progress for sure doing YouTube. You change, you go through up and downs, there's flows, there's phases. I had many phases I've talked about on the show before. Honestly, dude, go back. Find my first video. Go back into this channel, find my plan or whatever it was. Like, I had this whole plan of what my YouTube channel was going to look like. Watch my Marvel reviews, dude. Watch my Iron Man review. Watch my Incredible Hulk review. Oh, man, they are bad. They are so bad. But with each video, with each imperfection, with each mistake, with each thing that I don't like nowadays, it led me to making videos that I'm feeling really proud of today. And you know what? I feel like in a year from now, I'm going to look back on these videos too, and I'm going to feel like, oh, wow, those were not very good videos. And I just hope to keep advancing and keep growing. And that's all we can really strive to do, right, dude? So you are not alone. Know that for sure, that you are not alone with how you're feeling about YouTube, man. And just keep working at it, and it'll get better. And just keep having fun. That's the most important thing. Preston reviews. Toy Story 3 is my favorite animated movie. I love Toy Story 3. I think it's my favorite Toy Story movie. Michael 101591. Yeah, it's on here, but 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, no one's up to watch. No kid is up to watch the 80s cartoon at 12 a.m. They're trying to kill it. Michael 101591. Are you looking forward to the last voyage of the Demeter? I'm not really looking forward to it, but I'll check it out. I think I saw the trailer. It looked interesting enough. Seaside Movies. Donald O'Connor is a gem. I love Make 'em Laugh. I'm not familiar with that, to be honest. I'm not quite sure what that is. Preston Reviews. Free Guy is my number 4 all-time favorite movie is number 4, which might be a hot take, but I cry when Buddy dies and then fantasy plays. Oh man, yeah, the Free Guy was so good. Don't have a good day, have a great day. I love that movie. See for yourself. I actually thought about quitting Monday night, and then I woke up to one of my videos blowing up. So yeah, I'm still going. Well, that's awesome, dude. That's really exciting. That's the thing, right? Is that the flow, the ebb and flow of this whole thing is crazy. One minute you're like, oh man, we're down to like 5 views on this video, and then your next video is like, oh, we got a couple hundred, and it's just like, yeah, you just never know. You never know what's gonna take off. That's another thing I would say too. Is if you have an idea, just try it out. You never know what's gonna take off. Trev's Movies. I'm just recording on my mom's living room couch right now. My family doesn't agree with everything I do, though. I also sometimes don't know what to say about certain movies, but I still love seeing them. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, too, is like, at least my experience was, as I kept practicing, as I kept making videos, as I kept trying to do this thing, my opinions on movies got more, I was able to find a way to articulate them better, and I was able to find a way to organize my thoughts better and know what I was going to say. And if you have to, try writing down a script, try writing down your thoughts, try taking notes, try something, and see if it works for you. You never know. Chillmonger, you caught up to the live comments. Yes, yeah, I'm there, I made it. Trev's Movies. Almost everything that comes out. Almost everything that comes out, but I still love seeing almost everything that comes out. I see what you're saying there. Yeah, man, the movies are fun to go to, aren't they? I love it. Seaside Movies. Donald O'Connor is the co-star in Singing in the Rain. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I don't know the actors. I know Debbie Reynolds. Yeah, Carrie Fisher's mom. I know that Debbie Reynolds is in it, but I don't know the actors' names at that time. I've only seen it maybe twice, but I remember really liking it. Michael 101591. I hope they do a sequel to Free Guy. I had a lot of fun with it in the theater. I mean, honestly, I don't need a sequel, but I wouldn't be opposed to one. I really enjoyed the movie. Preston Reviews. Well, I'm gonna go watch some Futurama, then go to bed. I hope everything stays well. Wishing you a good week and have a good night. So see you, Zach. Good luck to you tonight. Well, thank you, Preston, for being here. Thank you for joining us tonight, man. The show was made better because you were a part of it, and I appreciate you. Have a good night, my friend. Seaside Movies. Yes, I get so excited when I feel my thoughts of a film flowing while recording. It makes me think back to my first couple films I reviewed, and I was stuttering and saying over and over. Yeah, one thing that I constantly did was I said the same word over and over again, and it annoyed the crap out of me. I'd be like, this movie was just like really, really good, and I just really, really liked the performances, and I was like watching my videos, and I was like, stop saying really, stop saying really, stop saying really. It was driving me crazy. And that's one of the things I really tried to fix very early on. I still slip up sometimes, though. Seaside Movies. Happy to see my style of reviewing continue to develop. Yeah, man, that's all we can hope for. Michael 101591. Have you ever heard of the 80s show Amazing Stories? Steven Spielberg presents and executive produced the series. I started watching a few episodes and really enjoyed them. It's worth a watch. I have heard of them. I've never watched them, though, but I have wanted to. See for yourself. I'm going to head out. Thanks for a great time, Zach. Have a good night, folks. Well, thank you for being here tonight. See for yourself. Thanks for joining us. The show is made better because you were a part of it. Hope to see you Saturday, my friend. Thanks for joining us. Seaside Movies. Also, I think it helps to watch other YouTube reviewers to see what you want to take and what you want to add. That's also great advice. That's also really good advice. Watch other YouTube reviewers. Watch other reviews. Because some people, I feel like, fear that because they think, oh, no, if I watch other reviews, I'm going to steal their thoughts, I'm going to steal their ideas, and I'm going to just copy their video. But honestly, watching someone else's review, I find anyways, watching someone else's review can actually help you solidify your thoughts even better. Because if you watch someone and they say something and all of a sudden you're thinking to yourself, what? No, I disagree with that. Well, why do you disagree with that? And then it forces you to kind of investigate that thought, dig deeper into that thought. I don't know what I'm doing. Dig deeper into that thought as to why do you disagree with them and what about their point do you agree with? Why do you agree with that point and why don't you agree with that point? So it definitely, watching other people's reviews can definitely help you with your own. Seaside Movies, LOL, Zach. The amount of times I say fantastic every time I talk about a movie I love. Fantastic performances, fantastic cinematography. I say say something other than fantastic, buddy. Yeah, dude. Editing. Watching yourself back in editing can be the most brutal thing ever, because you're just like, there are times when I'm editing and I'm yelling at myself, shut up, shut up, shut up, like of what I keep saying or how I keep messing up. Like I get frustrated with my recorded self. It's so funny. Trev's Movies, I do write down what I want to say, and that's why there's a number of clips in my videos. Oh, okay, that makes sense. My mom says I need to stop bringing up some of the audience reactions, even if they're funny. No, I think those are fun. I don't think there's any harm in that at all. Michael 101591, thoughts on the Wonka trailer? Honestly, went in with no expectations, didn't care, don't care, couldn't care less. It won me over. It looks charming. It looks fun. I like the production design. I think Timothy Chalamet, shocker. It looks like he's going to be amazing. And, the only thing I'm confused about is if it's a musical. Because there's sequences in the trailer that look like they're musical sequences, but they didn't have any of the music playing in them. So I don't know if it's supposed to be musical or not. But, I'm actually looking forward to Wonka. And I didn't think I'd be saying that about a month ago. All right, guys, we are all caught up on the comments and questions. So I think that's going to do it for tonight's episode of Zach Milne Talks Live. Guys, I appreciate all of you guys being here. Thank you for sticking with me during all the blunders, during the mic issues. I really appreciate all you guys having my back, letting me know that the mic was muted and not just leaving. I honestly can't tell you how much that means to me that you guys stuck around for that. As mentioned before, I'll mention it one more time. Channel memberships, they are open. The tiers, the links to everything is in the description of this video below. Members Talk Live is going to be Saturdays. If you want to join live, if you want to have a chance to jump on camera and talk with me, $6.99 a month to appear on the show. And you will be talking, if you join me this Saturday, we'll be talking about the MCU shows on Disney Plus. Have they done more harm or have they done more good? I'm very excited to get into that with you guys. I think it's going to be a fun time. And with all that said, we'll get into these last couple of questions and then we'll call it a night. So Seaside Movies says, biggest mistake you see new reviewers making? Too long intros. Way too many long intros. Do not say... people have clicked on your video. I'll say this really quickly. People have clicked on your video because they've read Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem movie review. They want a movie review. So if you sit there for a minute, hey guys, what's going on? My name's Zach. And I have this channel on YouTube. Thank you for joining me on this YouTube channel. Consider hitting that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the like button as well. And I went and saw Ninja Turtles today. No, too long. It's too long. I'm clicking on your video and I'm hearing, hey. And as soon as you're talking about the like button, it's 30 seconds in and I'm bouncing. I would recommend finding a way to get into the review faster. Because especially a lot of people have their name as their channel name. So people know your name. You don't necessarily have to introduce yourself. So I would say shorten the intro and get to the meat of the stuff that your video is promising. Whatever the title is, get to that as fast as you can, especially for your movie reviews anyways. Trez Movies, what's a great way to get more views? Connect with people on Twitter. Put your videos up on Twitter. If you're on Facebook, look for Facebook movie groups. Type in movie fans or something. Or small YouTubers or something. Find some groups, connect with some people, share your videos there, just network. Try to find people your size. Go to their video, watch their review, comment on their review. Don't berate them with hey, I did a review too. Here's the link to it. Don't do that. But comment on their video, give them some support, and if you've got also branding. Make sure that you don't have just a one of those default thumbnails that have the letter in the gray. Don't do that. Try to make an actual profile picture that shows branding for your channel, because then more people are likely to click on your comment because they think you have a channel as opposed to just being someone who's there. So that would be my suggestion. Preston Reviews, well, Zach, a couple things before I go. I get an apartment. I'm thinking I'll get a room for the channel and for gaming. So what is your reaction for a movie review room? That's awesome. If you can get one, get one. I'm fortunate enough that my wife gave me the spare bedroom. She was very, very supportive and nice about that. So I've got a room, luckily, but not everyone does, and I understand that. But work with what you got. Read Comics, great stream. Thank you so much, man. Preston, see ya. Night, Zach. Well, good night, Preston. Preston Reviews can't be there this Saturday, but see you, Zach. Well, I'll see you later, Preston. Have a good night. Seaside Movies, good night, Zach. Thanks for all the gems of advice. Well, I mean, I'm still a small channel as well. I'm still working through things. I'm still trying to figure out things myself. But I appreciate you guys asking, and whatever I can give as advice, I'm happy to do so. Trev's Movies, no long intros. Okay, what if that intro involves jokes? Because I've started some of my videos with jokes, like my Margaret review. Jokes are iffy. Jokes are iffy because if you start with a joke, if it's a gag that works, you're good. But if the joke doesn't work, if people click on the video and they don't find it funny, they're gonna bounce even faster. So jokes are I find jokes to be kind of tricky. They're hard to judge sometimes for yourself. So if you do a gag, if you do a joke intro for your video, show it to a couple people before you decide to post it. That would be my advice, because yeah, if you get a bad joke, it's like watching a bad stand-up routine. You know, ooh, yikes, that wasn't funny. I'm gonna find a different video. So that would be my short little advice on that as well. All right, guys. I'm actually going to get out of here now. So if I don't see you Saturday, we'll be back on next week. Same exact time. Same exact channel, all that stuff. And what a better way to end the night than not being able to find my closer picture. Oh, man, what a show. What a show it's been tonight. All right, guys. I appreciate you being here. We'll see you guys again real soon.